What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to yet again another Getting to Know the Artist. I am Wiggles, your host, and today we are here with none other than Guttapriest.
What up, whoop
And
whoop?
yeah, we're gonna get to know him, kick back, ask some questions. If you find this on the replay, don't be afraid to drop some questions in the comments, and we'll come back and we'll try to make those answers come to tuition. Please hit the like button, share it out. It's a small gesture from you, a big favor to me and the YouTube algorithm. It pushes the video even after it goes live. But thank you very much. Thank you, Gutter Priest, for giving us some time, some of your time today. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, giving me your time too, because it's just as important, homie.
Absolutely. We're gonna jump right in with the first question and just get the ball rolling, man. And the first question is, what is your name? Where was you born and raised? And where do you currently live now?
All right, so check it out, yo. I'm Guttapriest, right? I hail from the east, so I was actually born in New York. I moved to a suburb of Chicago, lived there until I was about maybe like 5 years old. I ended up moving back down all the way to the very tip of Texas. I'm talking about like 12 hours for me to get out of here anywhere else in the United States. I mean, I shit you not, just to get out of Texas takes me 12 fucking hours, bro. So I'm at the
That's
very bottom.
crazy.
I mean, I hear like the shit that goes on in Mexico kind of shit. Like they have a shootout, bro. I hear it in my backyard. That's where I'm at.
Right. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Um, have so have you moved a lot, or you pretty much been in those
Uh,
areas?
I mean, I moved a decent amount, to be honest. I kind of bounced between here and the suburb of Chicago. Hammond, Indiana. Shout out to my 219 ninjas. Whoop whoop. So check it out. Like I was born up there. I lived there probably shit till I was about 3 or 4 in New York. And then I dropped down to Chicago. From there, basically Chicagoland area. Then from there, moved down here, and then kind of bounced between here and the suburb of Chicago for my whole life, basically. So that was kind of in between. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Um, Second question's kind of loaded. Three-part question, so to speak. Are you a juggalo? If so, how long have you been down, and or when did you discover yourself? And thirdly, do you consider yourself a juggalo rapper slash artist? Some people see a box, some people don't see a box. Give a little opinion on that one way or another.
Yeah, I got you. So for one, I am 100% a juggalo. I've been down since 2005, 2006. My homie actually turned me on to the whole shit. Like he showed me ICP, right? So the first music video I ever saw was on a cassette tape. And of course, it was the Juggalo homies. So I watched that and I was like, bro, what is this shit? Because I didn't even like rap, dude. I did not like rap at all. I was more of a new metal, that kind of shit growing up
Right,
in punk
rock and
rock,
whatnot.
yeah. And I guess it was the mainstream rap that kind of turned me off. The only shit I really like, I like the Wu-Tang Clan, you know what I mean? I liked Outkast, shit like that. I liked some, but it was that mainstream rap I didn't really get into, like the Ja Rules and all that other shit. So when he showed me this, I was in the basement in Chicago. And I was like, damn, dude, what the hell is this? So I went from that watching the Hocus Pocus music videos. He had a cassette with all this shit on it, bro. And I was like, damn, dude, what is this? And of course I know it's controversial now, but he turned me on to like Twisted. He turned me on to Ride Us and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a trip, bro, because when I came back down here after being up there, my old friends that I grew up with here ended up being juggalos too. So I was like, what the fuck? Because there was two different things that happened two different times. When I moved up there, they met up with a homie named Matt, DJ Ghetto. He actually used to spin the records for us when I first started rapping, and they met him at the mall. He was trying to find some bud and he couldn't find any. And they were like, hey, man, we know where to get some. And then he turned them onto the wicked shit. So I was like, oh, shit, when I came
That's
back, I had
beautiful.
family. You know what I mean? It was dope as fuck. As
Went
for the
full circle.
Yeah, for real. As for the second question, I believe it was When Did I Start, or was it When Did I Start Listening to the Wicked Shit?
Well, it's like, I mean, that's part of it. You kind of answered the second one, really.
Oh,
It's
okay, okay, okay.
so because it's like, are you a juggalo? And then like when or how long have you been a juggalo? Which you said 2005, so about 16 years,
Yeah,
give or
damn.
take, is your
You put it
answer.
into
And
perspective like that, it's pretty crazy to think about.
yeah, bro, that's me. 2002, and here it is, 2025. That's like 20 some odd years or
Yeah, no
some
shit.
shit. Crazy. But and then do you consider yourself a juggalo rapper? Is the other
Okay,
question.
so on that front, I mean, I'm a juggalo and I'm a rapper. So I mean, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. But am I? Look, I'm a firm believer, bro. You got to give your props and your respect to the OGs. You know what I mean? The people that did this shit and started this shit to begin with. So ICP, in my opinion, like I don't even try to bite that style, bro, because to me that's their shit and that's what they're good at. No one's gonna be as good as them at doing that shit. You know, the clown shit, bro. That's their shit. So
Right.
to me, I pay homage to it because I am a horrorcore artist, right? But I can't
Right.
necessarily say that I'm a like a juggalo rapper where, you know, because I don't know, man. Like I don't see it like I'm out trying to do the same type of shit. You know, I feel like I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like a juggalo rapper is kind of like the ones that are kind of trying to do the same shit, like trying to also bring that same vibe that they're bringing. Maybe I'm wrong. I
I
don't know.
no, I think you're pretty close. I think a lot of people kind of hate on the term juggalo rapper, and that's what I mean. They put them in. It's like, so. Do you have to say whoop whoop and use juggalo references all the time in your song to feel relevant, or like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
I don't think so personally, because you know what, like, um, you know, if I see a juggalo, like I just saw one at the grocery store the other day, I gave him a whoop whoop. So that's, I mean, I'll do it when I'm, you know, living. But in the music, you know, I feel like I don't have to necessarily because it's kind of like, you know, anybody who knows me, bro, they already know who I am. You know what I mean? They already know I'm a juggalo. So it's like
Right,
I don't need to
right.
kind of like, you know, prove it or anything. Now let me tell you, I actually
And I'm
listen.
not saying that's my opinion per se. I
Yeah,
feel like just from the general consensus that I've heard, people that hate juggalo rappers is because it seems like, you know, every other, you know, lyric or bar in their song is like something that like references, you know what I'm
well, I
saying?
kind of also feel like maybe the reason why there's a stigma to that term is because a lot of people use it derogatory. You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, he's just a juggalo rapper," you know, and they kind of like try to put people down using that as almost like a slur, I guess. You know, like, "Oh, this person's
Right.
just a juggalo rapper. Don't pay him no mind," you know. But there's plenty of juggalo rappers that fucking can probably out
Yeah,
rap a lot of these
yeah.
people that are out here right now. So I mean, I pay respect to everybody. You know, it's straight up. You know, I was and it's tripped out because I don't know why, but I listened to an old song recently that I made because you know sometimes I go back. I've been making music since 2010, so I think it's already been what 15, almost 16. Well, no, yeah, 2000.
Yeah.
It was late
Well,
2009,
10
early
years
2010. Yeah, so
or
about 15, almost 16 years now. So I went back just to listen, and I used to throw that shit around all the time. You know what I mean? Saying, "Oh, I'm a wicked clown," and all this. You know, like saying
yeah,
shit all the time when I
right.
first started. Because like I guess because I was so like it is the family era, bro. You know what I mean? I was so on fire and so like just oh, I'm so proud. You know, I'm gonna throw it in my tracks. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And as I got older, you know, I started kind of like changing my style because in the beginning it was more like I would talk a lot about like the shit that I dealt with because you know I'm not a gangster. You know what I mean? I'm not a you know out there selling pounds or you know getting
Right,
rich and all
right.
this shit. So what I dealt with was I dealt with like mental illness, shit like that. So that's what I could rap about because that's what I knew about and how I felt. And I think that's what attracted me to the wicked shit, bro. Is that you know a lot of people have those kind of thoughts. They don't have to act on them, but you know hearing it and feeling it, you know it really kind of lightens that load. You know when you're just so frustrated at the world and all that other type of shit. So I think that's where the beginning that music style that I had, you know, it had a lot of that in it, you know.
Yeah,
dealing
yeah.
with what I was dealing with. So that's that, you know.
Now that's the type of shit I resonate with too, because I be battling my own demons and shit. I try to be this happy, cheerful person. I love everybody. Wiggles loves you. If you're watching this right now, I fucking love you. But we all battle demons, whether we admit them or not. So I get it. I resonate with happy and sad songs over the same thing.
Yeah.
Can it help the mood? So
Because you got to
yeah,
have that balance, you know. It's all a balance, and that's the thing about social media, bro. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but on the real, a lot of these people just put forward like this image that everything's perfect in their life, but behind the scenes, bro, they're hurting, and I
yeah, yeah.
think it's healthy for people to be able to, just
Listen, if life ain't lifing for you out there, you're
yeah,
lying, bro. Because life's been
exactly.
lifing for everybody. Maybe on different levels, but dang.
For sure.
Absolutely. TZ, whoop whoop, I love
Mhm.
you. You don't have to be in here, though. I know you're at the fair with your son or whatever, but I freaking love you. That's my homegirl. And see, she's a mod. She cracked the whip. Uh, all right. Heck yeah. Next question. What inspired you to start making music? What was the switch that made you say, I want to do this and I want to start taking it serious?
All right, so check this out. I had been apparently, and I totally forgot about it until more recently, but I had been writing songs since I was a young kid, all throughout. I'm talking like late elementary school, early middle school. I would write these songs, and then late middle school, all through high school, I wrote poetry, right? And I didn't even know it yet, man, but I can still remember like I had a homeboy, his name was Gabriel, right? And he used to be kind of like the player in the high school, And I used to throw these little rap disses at him, but just for fun. Like I'd be like, Gabriel thinks he's a pimp because he got all these hoes, but he can fit all them bitches in that big ass nose. Like I would do shit like that. And I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even like rap at the time, but I was just doing little shit like that. And I remember I used to work for an air conditioning company, man. And I was sitting in a restaurant and I didn't have any money to eat. I was broke as fuck, scrub life. I lived it my whole life. I was broke.
I'm still
Didn't have,
living it, boy.
yeah, didn't have
No.
no money to eat. So I was eating the free chips. It was a Mexican spot, so you get the chips and the salsa. It's free. So I was
Hmm.
eating that shit. And I just started writing a song about something that was like happening at the moment, and that turned into my first song, which was Stand Alone. And basically, I just got a cheap ass microphone from Best Buy. It was one of those little like stick microphones, like you look like Bob Barkley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those for like $7 on clearance, open box special type shit. And I plugged it into my computer. And back then, there was a program called Jam Glue. And it's kind of like, I guess you could liken it to that new one, that BandLab that everyone's using now. But back then, it had the DAW built in and then a drop
Hmm.
down menu where you could select what you want, a beat or sound effects, whatever, and then just click and drag them and make a song right there. So that's how I started. And I just I made one song. I showed it to my family. They laughed me out the room. Showed it to my
Hmm.
homies, and they were like, "Yo, dude, this is good shit. I like it." And you know what, man? It sucked, but they gassed me the fuck up because that's what family does. You know what I mean? So that I started there. That's how it all started.
That's awesome. That is freaking awesome. I think it's a fine balance. Your homies should, gas you up. They should also be honest though. I'm like,
Yeah,
nah, I don't
yeah.
think this is working for you, but maybe this is better where you sound better, whatever. But that's awesome as
Well,
shit,
if
man.
you want to hear something, check this shit out. So back then, I didn't know how to record, right? I didn't have an interface. I didn't have shit. So I literally I would write the song. I didn't even know how to place the song. I didn't know where the hooks went. I didn't know where anything went. But I would
Right, you're
literally
just
record the song from start to finish, all the way through. No editing, no copying, no pasting. And if I fucked up at the end of the song, I did it over. And I did it
oh
over and over and over.
man.
Yeah, bro. I shit you not. Like I would go through 4-minute tracks. It's not like today where the songs are like 2 minutes. Back then, 3-4 minute tracks.
They were real songs.
Yeah, straight through, all the way through. And that was my first like 2 or 3 whole ass albums. I did it straight through like that because I didn't even know what overdubbing was or ad libs or none of that shit, bro. I didn't even learn that until 2 years after I started. So
I said Will. Swill said one take.
Yeah, one
Shout out Swill's Edition. That's the homie. Yeah, that's awesome. I done lost my track here. Okay. Who do you look up to in the music industry then? So that's mainstream or underground, dead or alive, past, present, current. If that's too hard to pick, narrow it down to like, give me a top 3 or something like that or whatever.
So my favorite all-time band is Pink Floyd. I love fucking Pink
Floyd.
Love Pink Floyd. Loved it since I could love it, But on the rap side, on the hip hop side, like I said, Wu-Tang Clan, love them. Ghetto Boys, of course, ICP, and then where's it at? Let's see if we can get it in the picture. Isham.
Yeah, he's about to be in Fort Wayne right before the gathering, like on the 12th or the 9th or some shit.
Yeah, and it's funny because that wasn't even planned. I was wearing this shit at work. You know what I'm saying? So I fucking love Isham, bro. Like I really do. Like Booming Words from Hell. I got the CDs, man. Time is a good song from Pink Floyd for sure. I think my favorite song from Pink Floyd is The Gunner's Dream. I don't know if a lot of people haven't heard that one, but there's a saxophone in there. Fucking breaks your heart every time, bro. But yeah, man, I love Isham. I love the Clowns, Twisted. I still bump their shit, But then again, like I said, I mean, there was a time period where everything froze for me, like I think the last ICP album that I actually owned was like probably Bang Pow Boom.
Let's do the damn thing. No, so yeah.
Everything kind of like just stopped right there, and I just like fell off for like 5 years. I didn't have internet. I didn't have access to shit. I didn't have a cell phone. Didn't have nothing for like 5 years. So like I had a time capsule of about, I want to say like 2013 was where everything kind of like stopped for me. So I still have all my shit from back then, like.
I do believe he's sharing your Spotify link right now. Okay. Will's awesome.
Appreciate it.
In the chat, y'all be sure to check out. We're definitely gonna get all this man's links and stuff like that in the description of this video and the top of it. And so any websites, social medias, anything like that he wants y'all to have, you can find that in the top of the video description. Especially if you're watching this on the replay, you can pause, hit save video so you don't lose it, and then go to the description and check out all his stuff. Go check out his socials, follow him on all his music platforms, give him some plays, stuff like that. Come back and continue learning about the man. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
The good thing is that everything is under Guttapriest, all one word, Guttapriest. It's under, I mean, if you look at my Instagram, it's Guttapriest. You look at my Facebook, Guttapriest. You look at every single thing. You Google that shit, and it has everything right there. So I got my SEO locked in, bro. Like for real.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely. So I guess I think I kind of cut you off though. Artists that inspire you or whatever you were saying.
Yeah, so artists that inspire me, like when I first got into the wicked shit, I went on that, and I think everyone did, man. I speak for everyone on this one. But you go down the rabbit hole, bro. So you start off with, finding ICP and Twisted and ABK and Blaze and, Isham. You start going, next thing you know, you found Low Key. You found Scum. You find, Scum, Resurrecta. You find all these people just going down the list, bro. Like you just find all these people. And I like I said, what inspires me is I kind of feel like you know, all of them do at the same time. And the reason why is because every time I see someone with a leg up, I never try to pull anybody down. I don't like to talk shit. But what I like to do is I like to rise to that level. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
if I see somebody, if I ever look at anybody in a competitive way, I look at it more like I want to aspire to be on that level versus I want to pull them down to mine. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm inspired by anybody who's doing good in the underground shit because it's tough work. I'll tell you that right now. It's tough work to get any kind of following in the underground. You know,
So what
not get,
about like give us a mainstream, somebody that on the radio that you know, you kind of rock with, like, I guess.
let me see. So I haven't listened to a radio since like probably around the time I found ICP.
Oh,
So
no shit.
yeah, no shit. I don't listen to the radio, bro. Like I don't. I have now, of course, now we got streaming services and all this shit. So you know, my playlists. I've got like horror punk, like Calabrese and fucking like, you know, that type of shit. That's the type of shit I like to listen to. You know, like Misfits, stuff like that. And then you've got, you know, of course, the Wicked shit. You know, I'm still bumping that shit. But most mainstream artists I can name off the top of my head, man. Shit. Like I said, Wu-Tang, probably Wu-Tang, Outkast, Ghetto Boys.
That's right. You did say it.
Yeah, that's about it. That's
uh,
the closest thing I got, man. That's all old school shit that my uncle showed me.
Impede. Bro, sorry. Just gave me a super thanks or super something. That's the first one I've ever had, like,
Well, hopefully there's
ever.
some more.
That's, I gotta like do a little screenshot or something of this. I'm gonna have to. Y'all are gonna be on like all over my socials, or at least you for sure, cause
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a shout out on my YouTube and whatever, bro. That is freaking awesome. Thank you so
drop some
much.
more
I
of those, man.
fucking
You
love
guys
you.
gotta drop some more of those things, man. This guy deserves them.
That is awesome. Okay. But so that's kind of the same then. Those two questions: who do you look up to, and who and what? And so, next question: um, are there any current projects in the works? So, are you working on any albums, any CDs? Are you about to do any tours or one-off shows or events or anything like that? Like, what's new? What's next? What's going on for Guttapriest?
Okay, so I actually just finished, and it's actually on my Facebook, at least my verse. I just finished a collaboration with a pretty badass dude. He's a producer from the Czech Republic. His name is Sick Mortem. Shout out Sick Mortem. That guy's he's badass, man. He's a cool dude, you know. And he just started rapping. He's been producing beats for all the rappers over there. Basically, I mean, everybody knows him. He's done shit for, I think he even did a beat for Necro and shit. Like he's a cool dude, right?
Okay.
He just started rapping and he asked me, hit me up, hey man, you want to be on a track? Fuck yeah. So I jumped on that shit. So that's going to be coming out soon. I do have an EP that I've been working on. All the beats are produced by him, but you know, just so that everybody knows, main homie, big producer that I work with all the time. Yeah, I know. So did I. I stopped, but you know, you know, but yeah, so homie Noise Complaint Productions, Yoshi Goreboy, he's the one that produces like almost 90% of my shit. Another dude that literally just did a project with me was Grim Ross. I'm gonna shout him out because the last EP that I dropped, it's Filth Breed Volume 1. If you guys haven't heard that one, that's actually like probably some of my best work. And I'm not just talking like my writing, but like my actual like, because I actually mix and master all my own shit. I've done it since day one. So that's some of the best work I've done. The beats are awesome. The songs are good. And the next project is going to be the EP.
You're a one-man team. You ain't got nobody helping you out.
I got nobody other than the producers that I work with, bro. And I fucking thank them because I cannot make beats worth a shit. And if I did, I guarantee you everything would sound like shit. These guys are badass motherfuckers. But the next project is going to be called Malefactor. It's going to be more of So like, let's say if my older shit, like last couple albums, are like a slasher flick, these are going to be more like a psychological thriller type shit, you know. So it's going to be real in the head type shit.
All right.
So that's a project. I also am working on an album, but that one's going to take a little bit longer. So I'm going to drop that EP, and then I'm going to go for the full length LP. The last LP I dropped actually was in 2021, so it's been a while. And that was called Nine Circles. And if you haven't checked that one out, basically, have you heard of Dante's Inferno? So Dante's Inferno, it's like a tragic comedy. It's kind of like this guy basically he's trying to save his chick. I'm gonna give it like the abridged version, and he has to fight through the 9 layers of hell to get to Satan and basically win her soul back because he fucked some chick when he was at a war. It's a long story. Anyway, that's basically
it's a long story, I bet.
Yeah, so that's what that album's about, but it's kind of like taken into a modern perspective. And me as a character, I am either acting as kind of like a storyteller, or as the person that's actually in that layer of hell, or the person that is traversing through that layer of hell to get to the end. And it's actually a pretty dope idea that I came up with during the whole pandemic shit. So that's actually a pretty dope EP, all produced by Yoshi. So that's
I like a good story. I like a good story in a song. Sometimes I just like trap rap bumping my head, but I like a good story in a song too. So yeah, that's beautiful. And especially a whole album, if like it literally all like plays the next song, the next song. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I guess it's called a concept album is what they refer to it as, but I think it's solid, man.
Absolutely. You do any like shows, any concerts or any?
I actually haven't done a show in a grip, man. I'll be real. Before, let me see, when was the last one? I think the last show I did was like in 2019, man. It's been a while.
Have you just not tried to like get on no openers or nothing, or is the music scene not really too popping right where you are?
The scene here is somewhat popping, but it is not popping for me. You see, and I can get into that a little bit later if you'd like. But well, actually, you know what? Fuck it. The guy who fucked me over in the beginning is dead, so it doesn't matter. When I first started making music, my very first show, and I always tell this story because it really did fuck me, right? But when I did my very first show, and this was in 2011, I did my very first show ever. A fight broke out. You know, long story short, a fight broke out, because I can go into detail, but we don't want to hear that shit. Fight broke out while I was doing my set. What can I do? I kept rapping while they were fighting, right? So that was going on, and one of the baristas told their boss, which was a local judge here, who is also dead, by the way, it's tripped out. He was a local judge here, and he told his friend, who basically, I don't know what he did really, other than being kind of a piece of shit. You know, I don't like to talk shit about the dead, but goddamn, this guy did a lot of fucked up stuff. Anyway, so this guy went out and he had a page here called Brownsville Chisme, right? And chisme is kind of like gossip in Spanish, right? That's what it means. And it was basically, he would post like people's family members in car crashes dead and shit. And even if they told him, hey, can you take that down? He didn't give a fuck, dude. Like, he just left it up.
What?
So he actually wrote an article, and every time I bring it up, I hurt myself because I wish I would have screenshotted it. But he wrote an article about me saying that my music is not welcome here, and that anybody who works with me is going to get into into a violent situation, and that my music breeds hate and all this shit like that. And it was basically kind of like a Chinese telephone shit, bro. From this barista that was scared that I was rapping darker lyrics while people were throwing down, to a judge, and then that got filtered to this guy who wrote a whole ass article about me. And honestly, man, nobody fucked with me much after that. They didn't want it. They were like, nah, we can't have him at the show because he's going to bring all these rowdy people and all this other stuff. So, you know, that kind of fucked me over, but it didn't stop me because there's plenty of places. Like, I performed at the island, South Padre Island. I know you guys know the ICP is coming out here in September. But right. Yeah, I performed out there before at an anime convention, bro. So I fit right in. I got my mask and shit. I've performed shit, man, I had to say at least 100 times, at very least 100 times in the past 16 years, you know.
Oh yeah.
But recently, I haven't done anything. The last thing I did, shit, that was at I think a place called, what the fuck was the place called? I don't even remember, man. It was out in Harlingen, and there
Do
was
you
this
do
dude.
Go ahead, so I didn't mean to
Oh
cut you
yeah,
off.
yeah, it's so good. There was this dude that came down from San Antonio, Texas. He called himself Codeine Black or some shit or something like that. And he was like one of those trap rappers, you know, the ones that do kind of like the metal vocals and stuff. But dude, the
Yeah.
guy was like taking acid and shit in the back room. They had like a goat head and like a fucking pentagram and these other goth bitches and shit all over them. Dude, it was fucking nuts. I was like, what the fuck? This guy, he's like, because like you would think that, hey, you know what? Like they're not going to be like doing that shit right there when the owner, you know, is right here, because they were like fucking, oh man, they were living it up in there, bro. They had
Rolling boy.
acid, fucking all this shit. And then the guy
Yeah.
when he was doing his set, he didn't even say anything, bro. He was just like, he was fucking gone, bro. And he kept dropping his knife, and it was just like, that was the shit, bro. That was the last show I did,
Yeah, man, I can see a bunch of jugs just like
yeah,
woo
it
for
was a
no
trip, bro.
fucking
Because
reason.
I was not expecting that. You know what I mean? Like,
That's damn it, man. That's crazy. Sorry you got I don't know, banished from your area or whatever
it's cool,
or
man. I never fit in anyway, bro. Everyone here does that. It's kind of like some trap music, but it's like that kind of like that cartel, Mexican cartel type music, you know, like where they're talking about, you know, being a narco and all this shit. So like that's what's popular here. You know what I mean? So it's like there's not a big juggalo scene here, and like I said, the closest scene.
you gotta break through. You gotta be that scene, bro. Don't let
Yeah,
them
yeah,
hold you back. No, I get it. Be safe out there, but I'm just saying, that would push me. I'd get face painted up, and I'd be like, "Fuck you," and then I'd just start like
you have no
rapping.
idea, bro. I was like that. I wish, you know what? I'll send you a picture when we're done with all this of my first show when I'm all painted up, my whole crew's painted up and shit. I'll show you that. I did that for a long time, bro. Like I was trying to be the scene, you know, be the change I wanted to see type shit, you know. But
Right,
it's just like, you know, there's just so few. Like once in a while, I see a hatchet man on the back of a, you know, a fucking hoopty and shit, or
right, right.
somebody wearing a shirt with the hatchet on it. But you know, sometimes I say whoop whoop, and they look at me like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" You know, because yeah, because
Bro!
they sell that shit at fucking like Hot Topic. So some kid just got it.
Right, it's just a cool, edgy
Yeah. Oh, I like
band.
that brand
These
too.
new age. The
Yeah,
fuck, bro, Brad.
yeah,
Man,
that's what I'm saying,
get
bro.
the. Listen, I done that though at an oddities and whatever convention, oddities and curiosities convention. I went there and there's like this girl. She had to only be like 17, but who gives a shit? She was wearing an ICP shirt. And I was wearing my Juggalo jacket and everything. Like it was fucking obvious. I mean, I screamed Juggalo,
Yeah,
and I done that very thing. Whoop whoop. And she looked at me and was like, "Ha!" Like kind of
yeah,
like
like what the
giggled
fuck?
like nervously. I'm like, "What the hell just happened right there?
Yeah,
What? What? Yeah, no, I get it.
yeah,
But fuck it, ICP don't care. A cell's a cell, right? Damn it."
yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. It's way more than that to me, but I get it, man. All right. I sometimes it just don't work, and at least you can still post online in other areas.
Yeah, yeah, that's really good.
What is your favorite song that you have made that means something to you for one reason or another? Not that it's your most famous song
Yeah,
or
yeah.
yada yada, but that
Well,
just
shit,
means
I
something.
like ICP said, motherfucker, I ain't got no hits. You know what I mean? I ain't got no hits, but for real, no. Honestly, I think my favorite song is what I've earned, because that's like the realest song I feel like I ever made. Because I wrote that literally out of the pit of despair, bro. Like I was like I was going through it hard at the time. There was a lot of shit going on, and it's basically a song that kind of weighs out like the good and the bad. And it's kind of like, like a song about what I was feeling like. Mental illness has always been a big part of my life. Suicide attempts have been made plenty of times growing up. I don't condone it. I don't think anybody should kill themselves. Always reach out if you need, to talk to somebody, bro. But, sometimes, and I understand, sometimes
Talk to me.
there's nobody, you know what I mean? Because I've been there when there's nobody, and that's kind of what that song was about. It's like what I've earned, taking the good and the bad throughout my entire life. And at the end, the whole song was about like ending my life, when it came to, not necessarily that's my favorite song, but I feel like it's the realest shit I ever wrote.
No, yeah, it means something. And
Yeah, and
that was the question.
I actually remastered it. Shout out to Symbiotic J. He helped me a lot because the thing is about songs, the older songs that I made, I didn't own the beats. I just took them. Because that's what you do when you first start out. What you expect me to spend $200 on a fucking beat? Nah, dude, I'm just gonna take
Right.
it, right? So
I'm
my
just gonna
older
sing
shit,
over some shit.
yeah, my older shit, it was just all on whatever beat I could find. So I hit this guy up, and he's a man. If anybody is listening, bro, and they need a good ass beat, this guy makes custom beats, and he's fucking sick, bro. Like he has such skill, and he's been going through it lately. Feeling like he don't have the skill, bro. He has the fucking skill, and his prices are right, bro. I think he charged me like $40 for that beat, and he almost like he didn't recreate it, but he made his own version that had the same vibe as the one that I used all those years ago. And I was able
Right.
to remake that song and actually put it out on Spotify because now I own the beat. So he helped me out a lot, man. And I know he doesn't want to do that because he doesn't want to get any copyright against him or anything. But, bro, like that, like I said, that song means so much to me. And for him to be able to help me recreate it, shit, man, like that was
That's
sick.
what's up. Opposite of that question, literally very opposite. If you're trying to get somebody hip to your music, they don't know who you are, and maybe looking for a more upbeat, you know what I'm saying, whatever song or whatever. What song are you recommending to somebody to try to get them hooked onto your music?
I think people would dig the song Damage. And I think the reason why they would dig that song is because it is more upbeat. It's not like, happy go lucky type shit. It's still the wicked shit. But I use this sample from that flex tape commercial, that one, that's a lot of damage. I use
Right,
that shit in
yeah.
the hook. And dude, that song kind of goes fucking hard. It was produced by Sick Mortem. And it's just like one of those slasher type songs, you know what I mean? But it has an upbeat feel to it, the vibe. It's nice. It has a nice pace. And it's a pretty damn good song. I actually got it reviewed on Juggalo Juice. Shit, I don't remember when, but honestly, and I'm not trying to, I'm humble as fuck, bro. But they didn't have any words, like for real. They were like, the only thing the guy could say is that's some wicked shit. Like that was it. I've got the clip. He had nothing to say. So to
Shit,
me,
go
I
out and
think,
brush your shoulder off, homie. Hey,
yeah, man.
man.
So to me, that's gotta stand for something. So yeah, so
Hell yeah.
that's one. And then of course, Nightbreed, which is the one I believe I showed you the little video clip of. That one is one of the newer songs that I feel like people can really. That whole EP, the Filth Breed EP, is actually pretty live. Like it's got some energy to it.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Realistically, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your 5 year game plan? Are you going to be signed in 5 years? Are you going to have your own label? Are you going to be in the same position, just hopefully with a lot more on your portfolio or discography, however you say that word?
Yeah,
Uh,
shit. I mean, honestly, the big thing for me is I'm just hoping I ain't dead in 5 years. That's me. But realistically, I feel like I don't think I'm gonna get signed. As for label, I mean, I've kind of owned my own shit since I started. Back then, I used to have like all my homies wanted to rap. When I started rapping, all of them wanted to rap, so I made my own little label, right? And honestly, man, like I had like 10 people on the label, and they all made decent music. It wasn't bad, you know. It wasn't like, you know, to the quality I am now, but I stuck with it for 16 years, you know. But, you know, I had homies back then that were on it. And then I have my own little thing going on right now. And I'm not, you know, saying it's anything, because literally I think I'm the only one that's still on it. Everybody else kind of fell off. They you know, not in a bad way, just like they all did their own shit, you know. But Plague Doctor Entertainment is what I'm doing right now. Spread the plague, you know, hate it or love it, you know, you spread the plague. So that's what I've been doing, honestly, for the past longer than that. 7 years now, 7 years, something like that. 2018, 2017-ish, yeah, around there. So, you know, I've been doing the Plague Doctor Entertainment shit, you know, for a grip now. As a matter of fact, let me show you that. Oh, there it is. Spread the plague.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, that's basically what I've been on. As for getting signed to labels, I think we've probably all learned by now what that ends up doing for you. So,
right, you just want to either just be solo, underground artist, independent, doing his thing. Then you can be successful on your own.
Yeah, because honestly, like I said, you know, I kind of feel like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I'm in a position, you know, because
not Yami up in this motherfucker. What is up, homie?
You know,
whoop whoop.
I heard a Yami. I remember
Midnight Yami.
Didn't open.
I'm that guy's favorite hater. I love him though. As a person, I love him. I just honestly, he recently got some features and songs that I'll be rocking with that aren't too bad. It just I don't like all of his music, but I'm honest. I say that. I'll tell everybody. And who am I? I'm a nobody. You know what I'm saying? My opinion could be invalid.
That's fair, though. You know, not everyone's gonna like everything you put out, and that's okay. And I think we're all adults, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So it's cool. You know, like I don't expect everybody to love my shit. And if I do something fucked up, I prefer someone to tell me, "Yo, that song was ass," because you know what I can do? I can make a better fucking song. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Constructive criticism and just being a dick is two different things. And I'm not conspicuously a dick. I used to once be. I conspicuously try to spread love and positivity. I just, you know, I call a spade too. It's life.
Yeah. Because there is. See, constructive criticism implies there's something to, you know, build on. You know, if someone ain't got nothing to build on, you know, why are you gonna do that to them? You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, I've been completely tricked. I don't know about tricked. So for just a real quick example, and then we'll get back to you. Freaking Kim Dracula. I knew that they was gonna be performing at the Gathering last year. So I looked them up and I dismissed them. Like I really wasn't feeling it, right? You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't. And then I got to see them perform live, and their stage presence won me over. The same songs that I dismissed, I like. And I started listening to them. And I think me and Mr. Yami there will probably be that way, to be real. Like, because I know that man has heart, he has passion, he's a real one in it. So you know, but yeah, it's not hate, it's all love, at least for me. Other people I can't speak for, but yeah. But yeah, okay. So then, how about this? If not music, then what? What do you think you'd be doing? Would you just be working a 9 to 5? Do you have another hobby or something that you're passionate about that you think you might have went into or been doing, or maybe you are pursuing and we don't know about? Or do you think it would have ultimately still ended up around music?
If it wasn't music, man, if I'm not cooking it up in the studio, then I'm cooking it up, you know, IRL, you know what I'm saying? So I make food, man. I've loved cooking. You know, I was a head chef at a Cajun restaurant for a while. I was a butcher for 4 years. So like there's three things that my whole life has revolved around, right? One has been music, one has been construction, and the other has been culinary. Culinary speaking, like I said, I was a butcher for 4 years. I went from being a dishwasher to a line cook to a head chef at the Cajun joint, you know. So those are the things that I do. I can build, I can destroy, I can rap, and I can cook. That's it. Those are my three. You know, like it's kind of like an RPG, man. You got to pick certain stats. You can't go everywhere with it. You know, and those are my three. You know,
Yeah, but
top
have
three
you
right
have
there.
you have you wrote a song about cooking yet?
Dude? The song "Gluttony." I literally
Okay.
use terminology, you know, like peeling rinds and making a roux. A roux is when you combine flour with the
Yeah.
fat. Yeah, so I use the terminology in my songs. Yeah, so like
There you
gluttony is
go.
basically so gluttony. Everybody knows what gluttony is, but in that context, I used it as from the perspective of somebody who was a cannibal, but they just ate entirely too many people type thing. So that's what gluttony was.
Yeah,
So
right, because it's to overindulge in
yeah.
eating or
Because a lot of
whatever.
people think gluttony is just being fat, but gluttony is
No,
overindulging in
no.
anything. You know, it's just
Right, right.
overindulgence, period. So that's what that was about.
I know some things. I'm pretty ignorant at some stuff, but I know some terminology. uh, yeah. All right. So you're a chef. That's freaking dope. Uh, where the heck am I at here? Okay, so then what about as a kid? Did you want to be a singer or even a chef, or maybe you wanted to be a firefighter or an astronaut?
So when I was a kid, I was kind of weird, man. So like what I wanted to do was I wanted to do it all. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, like we had a test, right? There was this little test that was supposed to tell you, and I don't know if you ever took this shit when you were a kid, but I'm talking, I think I was like in fifth grade. They put you in front of a computer module and they tell you, this is going to help you decide what your career pathway is going to be, like what you would benefit going into in the future.
Right.
And like I literally clicked yes on everything because like I was like, oh well, what do you like woodwork? I hate fucking woodworking, bro. Like I suck ass, right? But when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, you know, because instead of having to pay somebody to build my cabinets or repair my cabinets, I can fucking do it. Do you like being a
Right.
mechanic? Yeah, because if I need to fix my car, I can fucking do it instead of paying somebody to do it. So when I was a kid, it's not like I wanted to be one specific thing. I kind of wanted to know how to do everything because I guess that reflects that I couldn't trust people when I was a kid. I couldn't trust nobody. It was like if I don't do it, and I kind of grew up being the same way. Like, you know, if I'm going to collaborate with somebody, I kind of want to edit my shit and then send it to them like edited because I don't want to risk them putting something out and I sound like shit because, you know,
Right.
and it's not because I don't like the person or I don't trust them like that, but you know, I have trust issues with people. Like I know that I can do it. You know,
I
like I
mean,
was
it's
telling
okay to
you
be
that.
sure with your own stuff. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. Like I
yeah,
was
no,
telling
I,
you that clean out, man, that drain line, man. I'm doing it myself. Why? Because why am I going to pay somebody to do it if I could just do it? Yeah, it
well, I
sucks.
wish
So
I,
I'm
I
like,
would have done that with automotive. I know enough to keep the car going. I can change an alternator, change some tires, change some oil, but the real internal shit, I'm no mechanic.
yeah.
You know,
Well,
woodworking, I
honestly,
can build
if you
a
get that
thing.
far, like to an alternator, I'm pretty sure you can do a lot more. You could change power steering pump ain't much different than the alternator. When it comes to changing, you know, like that kind of stuff. It's but when you're getting into the engine block, like that's something else. But
Right,
even then,
yeah.
those are machinists typically that work on that shit, you know, because they got to machine the heads and all that.
Right, right. Okay, yeah. Uh, let's see here. Okay, my favorite question of all. Have you played the Gathering of the Juggalos and or been to any? And
I have
if not, would you?
I have not played the Gathering, but like I said in last year's
I can't
Gathering
wait.
group, I said it would be a dream to choke on stage at the Gathering of the Juggalos and be pelted with fucking bottles. You know what I mean? Because you know
Right.
what? I've played so many fucking shows and I've you know, and sometimes you're too fucked up, you know, so you go on stage and you fuck up, right? And I would rather, you know, people in the crowd be screaming, "You fucked up, and then nobody's saying shit because they don't even know who the fuck I am anyway. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
that's just me, you know?
right.
So yeah, you know, it's always like kind of like a running gag, you know. Yeah, I'd love to perform at the gathering and actually do well and have people actually feel it. Because if it's not for feeling it, then what's the point of doing it? You know, for me, yeah, everyone says, "Oh, do it for yourself," bro. I don't even listen to my own fucking music, bro. I listen to it when I'm editing the shit, bro. I listen to it a
No,
lot.
that's real though.
You
That's
know,
real.
like I do it for the fam because you know this is real shit, real talk. You know, we're a dying
Yeah.
breed, bro. You know what I mean? We're a dying breed. Like, you know, we got a couple people out there doing shit right now, but how long is that going to last? We need more artists. We need people to to keep the wicked shit going, man, because you know what? Like, you know, God forbid anything happened to you know, ICP or Twisted or any of those guys. Even if people don't like Twisted, yeah, it's not like I want them to die. You know what I mean? But it's
No,
part of
right,
life. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
we need to carry the torch, bro, or else what is it just gonna go away? That's it. You know, like it
No,
can't just go away, man.
the-
It's a movement.
we don't die.
Exactly.
We get God, man. No, but I do think you don't see. I don't know, but then that goes back to the whole gatekeeping freaking conversation, which is, in my opinion, pretty stupid. I mean, I think there should be some necessary gatekeeping to an extent, but overall, if somebody is genuinely happy to even learn about our culture and communities, so they will admit, I'm not a juggalo, but I am so fascinated by this, and for the right reasons. I like the lifestyle. They generally can enjoy the same type of thing, and they want to become part of it. Fucking let them, bro. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Don't.
Yeah, I'm not really into the gatekeeping kind of shit like in any fandom, but I do understand it. And like I said, you know, that's the beauty of having a fandom because you know what, this whole revolution, the whole movement that's going on, there are going to be people like that, right? But then there's going to be the people that welcome them. So there's two sides, you know, there's two sides to the same group, you know. So yeah, there's going to be the
Juggalos
gatekeepers.
aren't made; they're born.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. But
Yeah.
tell that to anybody who found this shit when they were like fucking 14. You know what I mean?
Right.
They
Right.
were, you know, converted.
Hot for sugar. Sorry.
Yeah,
Impede.
yeah.
Pulling up
So
some old shit.
that's a thing, man. Is that like there's got to be, and you know what? I can say that not everybody who's a horrorcore fan is a juggalo, and not every juggalo is a horrorcore fan. You know what I mean? Because I have homies, like I said, those homies that I talked about back in the day. Some of them don't really fuck with my music anymore because of what I do. I do horrorcore, right? They're like, well, I
Right.
like the clowny shit. That's what I like. I like the clowny shit. I like House of Horrors. I like that kind of shit. I don't like, you know, for example, I don't like Low Key or I don't like Scum or I don't like these, but I like the clowns. You know, I like
Right.
Psychopathic in, you know, 2007. You know what I mean? Like that might be their thing, and they may not like the rest of the thing. You know, they might not like the rest of the culture, but you know, in my opinion, like it's all one thing, but it's all very different. You know?
As long as they respect the rest of the culture, they won't have a problem with wiggles.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Watch what you say, mother. No, no, that's beautiful, man. How many have you been to? How many gatherings?
I have not been able to.
Not what? What you jumping? No, there we go. Get
No,
with the
I
gatekeeping.
haven't been
That's
able to,
you.
man, because of like fucking where I live, man. It's so fucking
No,
it's so hard, dude. 12 hours for me to get out of here, bro.
right. You said even get out of the state, let alone
Yeah.
go through a couple more.
Now, I guarantee you, if I didn't like, because I kind of got forced to move down here, bro, when I got out of high school, because I was living in Hammond, Indiana. So you're talking about Fort Wayne, right? Were you talking about Fort Wayne,
Oh,
Indiana?
well, yeah, is where Esham's going to be
Yeah.
right before the gathering.
Fort Wayne was like a hop, skip, and a fuck away from where I used to live, right? So I was in it was Northwest Indiana, Hammond, Indiana, right? That is like literally maybe like a 3 hour drive from Cave and Rock, right? Back in the day,
Yeah.
old juggalo shit. I like, trust me, I followed it, bro, but I couldn't go because I was stuck fucking here. And if
You ain't gonna explain yourself to me, homie. Last year was my first year getting together. I've been down for 20 years. Life
yeah,
just sucked, bro. I didn't have the money, the means. I wasn't stable. I was dealing with my demons. Like, I believe somebody, and it was weird. Last year was my first year, and the build up to it. So the year prior to that, all the homies online and shit that I knew or whatever, and like the few that I actually knew personally in real life, all was saying the same thing. Like, it was like a whole vibe that it just, it wasn't in the, it wasn't in the cards for you yet. The carnival just hasn't provided yet or whatever. And then when I finally got to go, like it was like, I don't know, like it was meant for me to go to the one that I went to. And
yeah.
whichever one maybe you get to go to, maybe that's the one you're meant to attend. I don't think like you got to attend the gathering to be a juggalo. Obviously, the whole "if you don't gather, you don't matter" or whatever
And
phrase,
you know
that's
what? And you know what?
literally just during that week, and that's only for the people that are at the gathering. And what it means within that is you don't matter. Everybody matters in the family, you know what I'm saying? But at that very time, we're focused on what's going on right then and there in front of us, taking that in. All that shit on Facebook, all that shit on TikTok, all that shit on your fucking life, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. You don't let it matter, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
we're there to
Well,
be
that's
with
why
the
they say. That's
family
why
and
they say fuck off for a week.
right, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? But some people take it personal. At least that's my
No, but
outlook
I
at it.
understand, man. I fully
I
understand because you know what? It's got, in my opinion, like I feel like it's important. That's just
right.
me though. I do feel like it's important because it's not just a fucking concert. It's a fucking
No, it's a
experience.
rite of passage. It's
Yeah, I mean,
definitely
it's
an
a fucking
awakening
experience.
that also, yeah, let me add, I think all juggalos should get to experience it. But I'm not going to hate on you if you ain't never gathered. I'm not going to be, oh, you're less of a juggalo to me. I don't give a shit, man. If you have love for my culture and my community and you uphold the 3 fucking golden rules, I love you. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole look on it. Um, but yeah, let's get back to you anyhow. If you could collaborate with any artist, somebody that you have not, or something of that nature, who would you collaborate with? And again, I use the like term mainstream. So give us somebody that you think is like untouchable for you, and then like maybe somebody at the top of the underground, and then if you want, maybe
Mainstream.
just
Let me
yeah,
see.
like
Mainstream, right?
radio.
So, well, that's the thing is that I don't know, man, dude. I don't know many mainstream.
You
See, the
re-
thing is that okay, man, because I don't
like
know that much.
would you do a song with Eminem?
I don't look, and it's not
Would you do
because
a
of the
song with
whole
Lil
beef.
Wayne?
I don't. The thing that's man, it's tough, bro. Because you know what? Look, here's the thing.
I'm just
I
throwing shit in the air, bro.
I don't. I'm not saying because of the. It's kind of like the fan base, bro. People who would like my shit are not the people who would like his shit. You know what I mean? Like, generally
Right.
speaking. Now, let's say you're a juggalo and you listen to Lil Wayne, right? Then you might be like, oh, this is pretty fire, right? But if you're a Lil Wayne fan, you're not gonna like my shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why, to
Well,
me,
I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe the fact that he done, and maybe not. It's too early to tell. But the little feature with Tech 9, I think
yeah,
might like people are gonna meet that reaction with,
yeah,
even though that song ain't very like juggish, but it's kind of horrorcore-ish. I don't know.
yeah.
It's
Well, I
this
mean,
kind of
Tech
rap.
has his way of kind of incorporating it a little bit into his shit, into everything.
Right.
But that's Tech, man. I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
definitely not fucking Tech. That's for sure. Um, but realistically, like, let's say, and it's simple. As a simple answer is, yeah, I'd love to fucking collab with like the Clowns or like Isham, right? But I
right.
kind of want to do a collaboration with Cage, bro.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Cage?
I think I've heard the name. I don't know a whole lot of the music or nothing like that
So
though.
Cage, okay, have you heard that 8 Ways to Die? It was kind of like a cipher that they did, and they had
I
three
feel like
six,
that
they had
might be
Eshawn.
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Cage was on there, bro, and Cage, man, he's a fucking trip, bro. Like if you look at his
goes
story and
hard.
shit, like he got fucked up, bro, like real bad. Like he went through a lot of shit, but he's the thing is he's like um he's also like kind of horror, like horrorcore, but in a different way. It's not like just a chopping and stabbing type shit, but it's like it's still in that range there, bro. And it's really
Right.
it's a trip, man. It's a real trip. Like that guy, he's fucking. I love his music, man. I respect that guy a lot. And the thing is he kind of disappeared. I think the only thing he's done in the past like 6-7 years is a collaboration with like I think it was a copyright or something, but outside of the juggalo world, I do listen to like rhyme sayers and other shit like that too, the weathermen and shit. But yeah, like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cage is, and the thing is they actually knew each other. I believe Cage and Necro back in the day, because they're both from New York and shit, and they did have a beef for a while too. And Cage and Eminem had a beef too, because Cage was saying that Eminem stole his style. But this is all old shit, bro. This is old hip hop head shit from back in the day, man. Like, but I have a lot of respect for Cage, and I would love to do a collaboration with Cage. But of course, easy answer for me in the underground, I would love to do a song with Eshawn, because, like I said, I know there's been a lot of like controversy recently with the performance that he gave. I think it was a three-headed monster tour or something, that he had like a panic attack, or at least that's what he said. But everyone was saying it was the drugs or something.
My three-headed monster tour went all right. I know at Hollow Wicked, what, last year or the year before, somebody died in his family close. He was
Yeah,
drunk and
that's
like
what I'm
pretty
talking
much
about.
passed out on stage,
Yeah, that's what I
fucking
was talking
like
about. I know
trying to
some
sing
people.
and then finally just like gave it up or whatever. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
but I mean, if
pretty
that's what
bad.
happened, bro, you gotta understand they're still fucking people, bro. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not.
I wasn't mad at him.
Yeah,
He came to
yeah,
the gathering and put on a good show.
yeah. And my favorite album, I think, shit from him is I think it's either Kill the Fetus or Sacrificial Lambs. Those are man. I love those
Okay.
albums so much, bro.
Um, Next question I have for you is, have you ever met anyone famous to you? So, obviously, attending the gathering, I got VIP experience. I got to meet the clowns. And walking around the gathering, you can just run into artists like Scum and Insane Poetry and Darby O'Trill and
Yeah,
Will
I heard
Gates
Shaggy
and
used to drive around in the fucking golf cart and try to run people over.
right in his
Yeah.
drunken days. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I've actually had the pleasure of meeting quite a handful of artists. My Lord and Savior Ouija Mac I've met on, I don't know, a number of encounters now, and that was really cool. But I like to use for my answer. I met Polly Shore once. So outside of the music scene, which not to discredit those meeting those people, I'll never forget meeting the clowns. You know what I'm saying? That was dope as shit. But I like to use for an example outside of the music scene. I have met Polly Shore, which is comedian actor, obviously.
Well, I'd love to say that I met people, but here, bro, like nobody come. There's nothing to do here. There's no reason to come here. Like I remember my uncle
You
met.
ain't met. You're in Texas. You ain't met no Chuck Norris just randomly walking down
No,
the
not down here. No,
road,
no,
or
I'm telling you, bro. Like literally, I could probably grab my phone right now and the one that I'm using to record, and I could probably throw it over the border, bro. Like I'm talking, we're right here. So nobody
he's
comes here.
on it.
Yeah, nobody comes here, bro. Like the only person that ever came here, I think, was and I didn't meet him. My uncle met him. Was what was his Danny Trejo? I think it was Machete. He met him, but that
Yeah.
was that was the only guy that ever came. Like here, bro, like nobody comes. Now I used to work at an airport, right? I was maintenance, Department of Aviation and shit, right? So when I worked there, I saw people, I never met them. Like there was this group called, and I don't know them personally because I never listened to them. But my homies were like my coworkers were flipping out about it because there's a guy Migos or something like that. Migos was there.
What?
Yeah,
like the rapper?
I guess. Yeah, I don't know if it's a group or one guy. I don't know, but
yeah, I think there's 3 of them.
Because we're an international airport here, so we'd have people who are going on their tours, and they would pass through. Like I got to see. I don't know if you know the band Him.
What is it?
Him, the one with the heartogram. Bam Margera used to listen to him a lot. Probably never heard of him, right? Him. Well,
I know who Bam is, but not him.
I saw their jet pull up because it has the big ass heartogram on it. It looks like a heart with the little star thing. Well, anyway, I saw that shit, and I got to see people walking to their private jets, but I never talked to them.
Right? Like went up, like shook their hand, like, hey, let me get a selfie.
Yeah, no, because like I said, the only time people come here is when they're like at the airport and they're landing to go through customs to take off somewhere else. That's it. Like,
don't lie, you got famous people right there in your backyard all the time, and you don't even know it. You know who they are?
No.
Them MS-13. Watch out.
Oh yeah, they're. Hey, can
I get a selfie? Pop, pop, pop.
No, I'm just
talking about.
Check this out. So when I was at work, like I think it was like 2 years ago, I drove by and there was a ditch right on the side of the road, and I thought there was just like trash because I saw some trash bags and shit. It was some people that had black bags over their heads with zip tied arms. They got shot and killed right there. Yeah, no fucking shit. And when I was working as the butcher, right down the street, there was a head that was chopped off and stuffed in a mailbox. No bullshit.
Midnight Yummy said, "What's Guttapriest's best song?" I'm gonna search it up. I don't know what you would call it. What he said? What probably the most popular you'd recommend? What was it? Damage or
either Damage or Nightbreed? But all my songs suck, so it's all good.
That's great. I didn't even see he dropped a question in there. Thank you, Yummy. I appreciate it, homie. Okay, that's cool. I mean, seeing dead people. I've found dead people too, but that's not. It might be cool to somebody. At any rate, that's just live sometimes.
I drove by. I was working, so I saw the shit. I thought it was something else until the cops showed up. Just today, as a matter of fact, someone got beat the fuck up and robbed right in front of where I work.
You just watched it go down? What the shit?
I wasn't there. When I got back, there was a fire. Look, the fire truck was.
Listen, I ain't jumping in between. I don't know. I ain't trying to be heroic.
I'll always be down to fuck some shit up. But the thing is when I got there, it was just a police officer and a fire truck. So I was half excited, thinking I was going home. This bitch is on fire, right? So I go in and there's no fire, and I'm like, God damn it! That means I got to work the rest of the day.
Oh, don't be unsettled or nothing. Nobody just didn't get shot or nothing,
Yeah. It's cool, fair game.
Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite color?
Shit, man. Either purple or black, bro. Those are my colors there. Yeah.
Mine's red, black, or purple. Those I like them. What is, and I just heard your cat in the background, I think, but what's your favorite domesticated animal and a wild type animal?
Honestly, domesticated, I just like animals, man. Like, honestly, I like them better than people because
Me, bro, I say that all the time. Yeah, that's even like my bio in some things.
They don't really have like ulterior motives, you know what I mean? They're just chill with you. Like, she's crying because she wants to be in here. That's it.
Right.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I like, when it comes to domesticated animals, I'm a dog person, I'm a cat person, I'm any kind of animal. When it comes to wild animal shit, I don't even think I thought about that since I was like a kid, man. Shit, I got to excellent.
Yeah, that's right. We're digging down. Let me tell you, mine is dogs too. And I like cats, but they got to be like unique or different. We have bobtail cats. I would fuck with a minx or one of those skinless or furless cats, maybe if I lived in the right area, or the cats got to
Well,
be like different, not just your
I didn't
basic.
really pick them. They kind of just came up. So I was like, all right, you're cool. We're
Oh,
chilling.
see that then it's destined. That one, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter what it looks like. Like, yep, come on, let's go, damn you. But yeah, I prefer dogs too, pit bulls. But we got a wolf husky mix too, and then my wild type animal, bro, is a white tiger because they're not supposed to exist. But like one in every 200 regular tiger, Bengal tigers will breed an albinoism, white tiger or whatever, and like they're beautiful, bro. They'll lure you in and then they'll kill you. They
Yeah.
ain't playing around. So that's why I like big cats really, but definitely a tiger for sure. Yummy! Thank you so much! Whoop, whoop! I appreciate the super sticker, dude. That is my second ever any kind of a thing. And I'm not begging. Please don't think I'm begging. If you ain't got it, don't just hang out with me. That's all I want. But that really does help the algorithm. And really, a homie is scrubbing this week. So I appreciate that shit, man. I love you so much, bro. We got to get you on here. Stop giving me money. Just give me your time of day. Uh, all right. So yeah, I don't know if that helps you think of a wild animal or not that you
Well,
rock with.
yeah. How about damn man. Let's see. Fuck, bro. How about this? A fucking like a raven or a crow or some shit? Because those motherfuckers are smart.
I fuck with a crows up, baby. Crows up. Crows are the shit, man. And they will remember a human for
Yeah.
like a lifetime. If you really make a connection, a bond with a crow, dude, that's your homie for life,
Even if you
man.
fuck with a crow, they'll remember your ass and they'll fuck with you back. I seen some videos of
Yeah.
crows that fuck with people.
Right. They go tell their other buddies too, like, hey, we got you, motherfucker. Bro, that's love. That's awesome. I fuck with crows. That's a good one. Um, Do you guys have like you're in Texas? Well, you got like kangaroos and scorpions. What's your
Yeah.
wild animal?
Shit, I mean, we got scorpions, but honestly, you know what's weird, bro? I ain't seen them in a long time because when I was a kid, I'd see them brown ones all over the place, like a lot. Maybe it's just because I'm not outside like I was when I was a kid. I don't know.
I bet you guys got like some foxes or something, desert
You
foxes or
know, no, we got
something.
coyotes. We got coyotes,
Coyotes.
both type of coyotes, the ones the animal and the people that traffic people. But we do got coyotes, and then we got like armadillos. I see some armadillos out here.
Okay, yeah.
We got. I mean, there's actually been a decent amount of fucking turtles too lately, trying to cross the roads and shit. I try to help them every time I see them because people just run the
Yeah,
motherfuckers over, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Like,
that's
just
terrible.
stop. At least let them go. You don't gotta fucking just run them over, bro. Like, I'll get out and I'll move them, and they start slapping around and shit. But
Right, yeah. Put them in the direction they're going and let them go. I guess sometimes that you can't save them all. Like I don't know if this is like a swarm of turtles or just one here and
it's
there.
just like one here and there. But like I said, I've seen them
Right.
more often recently, and I don't know if it's because we've been getting a lot of rain. Getting a
Yeah,
lot of rain
yeah,
lately, so they might be trying to move over to another side of the ditch or something. I don't know.
absolutely. Um, what type of music did your parents listen to, man? And do you
Shit,
think
Barry
it
Manilow,
affected?
Barry Manilow,
Oh,
Earth, Wind, and Fire and shit. Like, look, I grew up
yeah,
on some. So here's the thing. My dad listened to and my mom listened to, right? What they listened to, because my mom, she likes a lot of that country shit too, so she'll listen to like some Wagon Wheel and all that other stuff. But my dad, well, actually, my mom's favorite band was Air Supply. No, REO Speedwagon. Sorry, that my
oh,
dad.
that's my mom right there, boy. Ario
I
Speedwagon.
actually got to see them at Festival of Lakes on Wolf Lake over there in Indiana. I got to see them,
Yeah.
and all you got to do is just pay to park, and you go in, and there's like a little festival and shit. And they performed at, I believe, they flicked the guitar pick, and my mom got that shit. But anyway, yeah. So they listened to a lot of that shit. But then when I was growing up, my dad got into, because my parents split when I was younger, right? But my dad got into like just listening to like church shit. So when I grew up, it was just Christian music. That's all. I didn't even know any other type of music existed until I was like in middle school. And like I literally, and I always say this, I literally had to fucking like, I got this little radio, bro. It was like this big and it had a little antenna and shit. 4 AA batteries in that bitch, and I had to Anne Frank that shit. Like I had to hide it. If I was caught listening to Ozzy or any of that shit, bro, like they'd break my shit. It was like you got to listen to this Christian shit. So I grew up like that.
That's terrible. Oh my
God.
I grew up
like that, and then I got into like rock and stuff like that, and I guess that pushed me to that rebellious phase because I was like, damn, dude, I want to listen to this shit, but I can't because they will want me to. So I started listening to, whatever was on the radio back then on the rock side of shit. And then, of course, that's when, I started getting into punk rock in high school, listening to, like a lot of, I see that right there, top 5 events I've played in my past. Well, like I said earlier, I did play at an anime convention. It's still going on, but you know what? There was some shit, like some people ripped some people off, so they're like they split the cons into 2 different things now. But I did play an anime convention on Padre Island, South Padre Island. I played. I actually performed at the mall, which is a trip. Favorite time of year?
Like just a public mall? Like people
like
just walking around shopping?
Yeah.
You just got a little speaker there and you're going?
Yeah, it was a trip, bro. I did that. I performed at a college, right? So they had this event called Rockin' Beats 2. I wasn't invited to Rockin' Beats 1 because all that shit that I told you had gone down. But Rockin' Beats 2, I did perform at the college. Another one right here, I performed at some chick's birthday, and I don't even know who the fuck she is. Like, I don't know who it was, but my friend's like, hey man, my friend, she's having a birthday party. She wants live music. Do you want to go perform? I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, I actually have the picture still where like they made a makeshift stage and shit, and I was performing. I performed there, but back then I had this skull mask. I didn't have this shit. I made this shit during, what was it, like last year during like February or something. I had COVID. I couldn't go to work, so I just fucking wore this shit. I started making this. But yeah, I used to wear a skull mask. I actually have a not the exact mask because that one melted, but I got all my masks in that closet right back there that you can see. I got shitload.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so those are the 5 I can remember that were like kind of like standout-ish because they were just like different. Of course, I've played tons of fucking bars and little clubs. I you know what? I did play at a fucking Philly cheese joint. So it was this place called Philly's, and it was just a place that sold Philly cheesesteak, and I performed there. Like, I performed wherever the fuck I could, man. Like, legit. Favorite time of day, man? I like the night, bro. It's like fucking 110 degrees outside. I fucking like the night, And then for favorite time of year, open solo. Do you have open solo projects? Do you have open what solo? Favorite time of year first is probably going to be either winter or fall. I just like the cooler months, even though the coolest it gets here is probably like shit, like 70s, man. Like once in a while it'll get down to the 30s, but it'll be 30s for like one day. And then it's fucking like hot again, bro. I'm talking like December being like 80 degrees, Christmas Day being 80,
oh my god.
Balls, bro. Like balls.
I don't know. I'd maybe, I don't know, that might be too hot. I think I could do Colorado. They have regular temperatures.
Yeah, they actually have winter though. And it's not all of Texas. It's just this lower part of Texas. Like if you go up to like San Antonio, they get cool weather. You go up to Dallas, you go to Austin, they get cool
I don't
weather.
like cold either. Like I just don't know. I guess I think I could acclimate to your temperatures, to be real, because I'd rather it be warm than cold.
I'll tell you this. Everyone says that shit, right? But here's the deal. When it's cold, you can put more clothes on. But there's only so much you can legally take off, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it's 110 degrees, bro, and your nutsack's just sagging down your leg, bro.
You're dying.
It's humid too. That's the thing. It's humid, so it's like the humidity level, I think today was like at like 85, bro. So it's just muggy and sticky and sweaty, and it's just like,
Miserable shit.
yeah, it's miserable, bro. That's the thing, because it technically we're subtropical down here because we're like right off the coast and shit, you know. But you know, we don't get any of the benefits of subtropical. We just get fucking palm trees and sticky ass weather. And then he said something
Fuck
about
alive.
projects, right? What solo projects do I have open?
What? Yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate these questions. Some of these I need to add into my book for other artists. This is some pretty good questions. But yeah, what solo projects do you have open? I'm not sure if you want him to elaborate on that question or you know how to answer
I
it.
guess I don't know what he means by open. Like, do I have them? Like, I'm working on them currently. Because if I'm working on them currently, like I said earlier, it's going to be the Malefactor and this untitled EP or LP I'm working on. That those are the two open projects. Like I said, I'm still working on. As for other projects, like I said, I've got upbringing shit, man. I don't think we want to go there, bro. Because you know what?
Eh.
It was not fun. I'll tell you that much. I got the shit beat out of me, bro. I got a lot of shit happen to me, but and you know, I'll lead into that right now. But as for other projects, what I have on Spotify and all that shit, that's all shit from like 2018 forward. And then everything before 2018 is all on SoundCloud because, like I said, I didn't own that, so I probably have like 7 or 8, maybe 9 different albums under a different name. Back then, I went by Chronic Doom. Then I went to Damp Sage. From Damp Sage to Hollow. Hollow was too common. Everybody was fucking Hollow, so I switched to Guttapriest.
And you have music published on those other names?
No, not well.
No.
Everything that was under Hollow got switched over to Guttapriest. Damp Sage was just a name that I used when I was in a collaborative project with a homie named All Zen Ninja. Whoop whoop. All Zen Ninja was the only homie from back in the day that actually kept making music. And we made a group together called Results May Vary. And I know I told you about that. I think it was like a 2-page thing I got in the Underground Nation magazine. It was Results May Vary. So Results May Vary was our group project. We have one EP. We were supposed to have 2, but we never. He went to college, bro. Like he's got like a master's in biology now, bro. So it's like he like fucking grew up kind of thing, and he's still down as fuck, you know.
I like this question. Sometimes I ask something similar, like when you're not making. How I word it is when you're not making music, what are you listening to? Because it always intrigues me. If you're an artist and you're really taking music seriously, do you enjoy music still yourself? Can you appreciate somebody without thinking it's competition or something, or something of that nature? So I do like this question.
You can always appreciate it because it's kind of like saying, oh, do you make Chinese food, so can you appreciate pizza? Fuck yeah, you can, dude, because everyone's different, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never going to be Loke. I'm never going to be, Smalls. I'm never going to be Scum. I'm never going to be any of these dudes. So why would they be competition to me? We're different, bro. Like, we're different shit, different strokes, different folks. So yeah, I still bump all sorts of horrorcore, right? That's my thing, right? But I like I said, I love horror punk. You know what I mean? I love that type of shit. Like horror in music to me is like is a thing. I love that shit. But I still listen to regular punk rock. I still listen to, I guess they call it dad rock now, but new metal, that's a trip. Now classic rock is like Linkin Park. Like what the fuck? When did that happen? Right. But, I like that old edgy ass music, like, some Disturbed and shit, I like that. Slipknot. But let's see, what's crazy thing a fan has done for you or to you? The shit, honestly, man. I think the craziest thing to me, and maybe this isn't too crazy because, like I said, it's not like I have a fuckload of fans, but I did have like a little following at one point in time in the beginning of my career. When I first started, I had a good little following of juggalos and juggalettes that actually like dug my shit and went to my shows. But you know how that goes, man. Everyone kind of gets into trouble,
bounces around, or yeah.
and next thing you know, like everybody's all split up. But I think the craziest thing, and it's not even crazy, but they gave me a fucking hug and they started crying, and they told me the song that I made called "Older and Wiser" like fucking touched them to the soul, and that to me was the most impressive, merit that I had ever gotten.
Yeah.
In my career, was that somebody told me that they fucking felt that shit. You know what I mean? Like it meant something to them, and it changed their perspective. So the song "Older and Wiser" is just basically talking about like, just kind of growing up mentally and dealing with the bullshit that you deal with every day, but at the same time learning from it. And like I said, my older music was really, it touched a lot about the mind. The newer music, it's just kind of like, do I believe in the afterlife? Shit, man. I mean, part of me wants to because of my upbringing. The upbringing that I had was very strict, very religious. I kind of implement that into my music in a sense. Like, for example, the word malefactor. Reason why I named this upcoming EP malefactor is because it's a biblical word, apparently, that means basically an unredeemable sinner. You know what I mean? Somebody who's just can't be saved. You know what I mean?
So Shangri-La.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
That's but do I believe in it? I mean, I want to say, if you don't believe in something, it kind of, it's a little sad. Not because it's a bad thing to not believe in anything. Shit, you can believe in whatever you want, but it just kind of makes existence a little sad because
No, I think you gotta hope. There's a hope at least that there's something after this, because this ain't necessarily it. For some people, they've had the best life of their life. For me, it's not necessarily the same. For you, I'm sure it ain't necessarily the same. So you gotta hope there is a better something that you're doing okay. You don't have to fight through just to to make it, and
that
you're not worried about surviving.
Tunnel type shit.
Right, but my mom was Christian too, and even though she up and left me at 16 to run with her old man, I had done my own experimenting with all religions and man's search for faith and all of that shit, and I don't know that I completely got answers. And all the while, I carried Shangri-La in my heart, and some will say it's one thing, it's similar to Christianity or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I reckon, honestly, I think reincarnation would be cool. But knowing me, I'd probably fucking get made like a bug or something dumb, and it wouldn't be that cool. But who knows?
Yeah, I feel you on that though, because I did the same thing. I kind of, and that's a good question. I'll get to that right now. But I kind of did want to dabble in different religions too, just not for any other reason, but to understand, because, everybody says my religion's right or that religion's wrong, but how are you going to say that unless you know anything about it? So that's what I
And there's so many religions and so many, and a lot of them are very similar. There's maybe 3 or 4 that are just night and day.
As for video games, man, I'd have to say favorite franchise. One of them would probably be Dark Souls, because that game, it's challenging.
Okay.
It actually it helps you a lot when you're struggling mentally, because it gives you a sense of accomplishment, and a lot of the times when you're struggling, you need that sense of accomplishment. I don't really get dopamine rush from social media or none of that shit. I honestly, before this past year, really, I didn't even want to be online, and randomly, and it's always around the fucking gathering, bro, because it's happening again. But you just get this massive influx of people friend requesting you. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you got it too. But last year around the gathering, I mean, a fuckload of people, and
people are going to the gathering or trying to go, and they want to be, I don't know, intertwined with the happenings of what's going on.
Yeah, so Dark Souls probably my favorite franchise. One of my favorite games of all time. I've always loved old games. I've been playing since I was a kid. So Legend of Zelda, shit like that. But Nier Automata, man, that game, it's so depressing. It's super fucking depressing, dude, and I love that shit because it changed like my outlook on life. Really did.
The video game that saved. No, I
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
Nier Automata is like it's kind of like this. If you look it up, you'll know because they have memes and shit all about it. But it's the white haired android chick.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
Okay.
if you ever listen to the story of it, it'd probably fuck you up too. There's a lot of shit in there that just like fucks people up, man. It makes you question life. It's kind of like what we're talking about right now, reincarnation. What's the purpose of life type shit in a video game. And it's very
Okay.
act and shit. Like there's action to it, but since they are androids, they're like, so what is our purpose? To defend humans. But if there are no humans, then what is our fucking purpose? Where do we go? What happens to us? So
Right. We're
it's
just this intelligence.
yeah, it's a trip. Really good game. I recommend it. Always will.
That's what's up. Do you have any siblings and do they support your music at all?
I have step siblings and a half brother. And I'd like to say, I know for a fact. See, my half brother, he's not really online much, but I've seen him, give a thumbs up to some of my shit here and there. My half brother or step brother, he definitely does because I see him, sharing shit all the time and doing his thing. But you know what? When I lived up there, we were going through that like discovery phase of the wicked shit around the same time, because our homeboy
Yeah.
Johnny, shout out Johnny Garcia, you'll never see this, you don't answer my calls no more. But yeah, Johnny Garcia, Mike DeWitt, Ben, Nick, his older brother, fucking Chris Southern, his brother, like all those cats, man. Shit. I was chilling. We listened to the Tempest together, man. Like when it first fucking came out, we're all gathered around the fucking, CD player, fucking his computer with the speakers. We had Smirnoff, fucking. Oh no, it wasn't Smirnoff. It was fucking Bacardi, man. And
That's that era though. Bacardi and smeared off ice, boy. That
yeah,
was the
that
shit.
was the shit because it was like easy to get, and we're all.
Hmm.
I remember we got fucked up, bro. We went back to my mom's house. She probably doesn't even know this shit, but we had to break into the fucking basement, because we couldn't get in. There was a curfew, so we had to wait until the sun came out so we could walk home. And bro, we got so fucked up. Like I fell through the window. And then he came through the window and knocked the whole ass window out of the frame, and it fell, but it didn't fucking break, bro. So that was fucking insane. And then he threw up, and all he said was, "It smells like Bacor." That's all he said.
Oh!
And I passed out, literally, bro. I passed out with my hand like this, and I was just like, in case I threw up, I had my hand there like it was gonna do something. But that was a great night, dude. We had Fago, we had Bacardi, we mixed drinks and shit.
Yeah.
It was the shit. And that's one thing that I miss, dude. I miss fucking here. I've got 2 flavors of Fago. That's it. I got grape and I got cotton candy. That's it. My favorite is Moon Miss Blue, bro. That's my favorite fucking shit, dude. I love it. I miss it. Peach Fago, I can't fucking live without it, bro. And I don't got it. I don't
That's
got it.
crazy. We only recently just got a shop that has like quite a selection. Like last year, it's called Pavies, and they actually have a decent selection. Before that, you only got the basic ones at your gas station, like cotton candy, orange, grape, red pop,
Yeah.
cream, whatever, and
The only
root
place
beer.
I can get it is at the dollar store. Like that's it.
Yeah.
I think it's a Family Dollar or no Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree. I work at Dollar Tree, bro, and they got it.
That's all they had.
So
Look, I
crazy.
got Rock and Rye one time. The Dollar General accidentally ordered it. They thought it was Coke, and they ordered it.
Oh
And
yeah,
dude, I stocked up on that Rock and Rye, bro. I needed that shit. When it
that
was
is so
north,
great.
bro, we used to go down to this. It was a place called Grand Food Mart, man. And if Terrence is listening, Ian, any of y'all motherfuckers listening, even Johnny, I know you're not listening, but if any of y'all are listening, do you remember going down to Grand Food Mart? Terrence was not allowed, my stepbrother, because he kept fucking stealing, so they kicked him the fuck out, right? But this motherfucker, dude, he used to charge you if the Fago was cold. He's charging 20 cents more for a cold Fago than one off the shelf that was warm. But bro, they had 60/40. They had fucking what was it? They had the Ohana teas. They had everything, bro. And I'm telling you, I drank Fago before I knew what ICP was because it was cheap and it was fucking good.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
why they drunk it. That's why they publicized it. It's the scrub ass drink, bro. If you on public aid, you had Fago at least once.
Yeah, but honestly, I liked it. I prefer it, and this isn't because it's fucking Fago. I prefer it to like Coca-Cola and all that shit. I prefer it. Maybe because that's what I drank when I was younger, but I prefer it. Like I legitimately do. It's fucking good shit.
Yeah, I can't argue that. Just real quick, obviously, I don't know if you see it. We've been live for an hour and 34 minutes, so I want to say thank you. Time has definitely flew by. We've been having a great interview. I have just a couple more straight shot questions for you, and then I have what's called my little game questions. They only last about 10 minutes, and then I have like an outright question and 3 fill in the blanks, and we'll get you wrapped up. I'd do a little outro, whatever. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. And I don't know where this utterly too fresh to death came from, but you're fucking awesome too. Like you show up again with these questions like this, and I'm gonna have to make you a mod because solid questions. You're being active. I can only assume you already hit the like button, so thank you so much. It's been a good little stream. So the next question I have for you is sponsored by Insane Lycan. Now that's my old lady. She does digital art and she draws for furries and stuff like that. And she's done little like chibis for like she done a chibi of Ouija for me. Drew it up, him like taking a bath in blood, and he shared it all over his socials. That was pretty cool. She done a clockworky penis dragon type thing, but sometimes when she don't have commission, she'll come to these for the question to get an idea to draw something. So she has me ask if you can be an animal or a fictional character like a dragon or something of that nature, what would you be? And like my answer to it, she's actually drew me as a tiger. She's drew me as like a pit bull character. And then like my fictional answer she hasn't done yet would be like a gargoyle. I think that those have always been kind of cool. The only downfall is during the day you're turned into stone, but I'm more of a night owl anyhow. Yeah, that's when I come to life, so it fits my persona literally.
Yeah, I mean it would probably be the same thing. I would probably be crow or raven, something like that. You know what I mean? I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. One sec.
Yeah. Whoop, still. What up, homie?
Alrighty. Let me get this shit back on. Check this out. Speaking of like chibi type shit, this is with my old mask.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it takes a battery, but it bobbles the head. Let me see if I can get it.
You had that made, or you just found it randomly?
No. That actually, an artist that actually she did the art for. Well, she actually photoshopped the art for one of my first EPs under the name Hollow, because this was my old mask when I used to go by Hollow. This was the mask I used to wear. I don't think it's right here. No, it's not right there. But yeah, so. She drew that, and she goes by Lycan Berry. So when you brought that up, it reminded me because Lycan, you know what I mean? Yeah. So she goes by Lycan Berry. You can find her on Instagram, all that shit too. But she did that for me. And then there's this website you can send pictures like this, and they make this kind of shit.
So dude, that's dope. I need a fucking Wiggles bobblehead. Wiggle.
Stop. I forgot what it is, but I'll get you the name of that website. I think it's Vograce. I think it's called Vograce. But it's
there's like 6 people in here. Could you see that, y'all? Hold still. Wiggle. Stop. Sorry. That's dope. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's called Vogue Race. I think that's the name of the website there. But yeah, you can go. You can like upload a picture that maybe a chick draws, and they'll make it. You know what I mean? So that's pretty dope. They make stickers on mass for a decent price. So if you're looking for like merchandise for your show or something like that, you can just
Hmm.
French it, and they'll send you like 200 of them. You know, so I mean,
I
it's
might
pretty
have to
dope.
get that information from you. That'd be pretty cool. I do a little something something with a print pool and whatnot. I got some shirts and a couple hats and magnets or whatnot. But I'm always looking for a new like something. Obviously,
Yeah.
right now I'm broke as shit, but
But the thing
in
is,
due time and whatnot.
they actually have pretty good prices on them, and I don't think there's the good thing
I
about it
just
is a
think that
lot of these.
bobblehead thing, that's cool, man. You don't see that. I like different merch. Like if I'm gonna buy something like and it's not hate, but the same redundant stuff that you're gonna see at every show or at the something, like that ain't what's catching my eye. I like different. So like if I seen my favorite rapper, you know what I'm saying, with a little bobblehead thing like that, and I don't know how much that cost or how much then you would have to resell it to make a profit or whatever, but that's neat as shit.
These are all syringe pens. Yeah,
Ah.
I write my shit with syringe pens because there's a rolling tray. There's
Yeah, there you go.
to play, you
Yeah.
know. Like there's all sorts of shit, bro. Like I got shit all over the place, fucking mouse pads and all this shit. I don't even know where everything is, man. It's all over the place, bro. Like
So what? Do you got a website then that
nah,
you be
man.
selling merch?
I don't have I don't sell shit. Nobody buys nothing. So I stopped making the shit. But I do have like I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you later also. But I already got mock-ups for the new shirts that I want to put out, shit like that. But like I said, I'm looking around because I don't know if you know Chris Brown. He works with the Doc Gruesome, but he does shirts
Oh,
also, but he does print to direct to fabric printing, so that shit doesn't peel off like you see my
right.
shirt right now that's all crumbled off. Yeah, that shit's good. So I'm thinking I might work with him too about it because that shit stays on real good.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna say if you do, we need to get that link too. Put it in the description. Have people go check out your shit.
Yeah, for sure,
Um,
man.
the did you answer them? What you said to Crow? Do you have a
Yeah,
fictional character
a
that
fictional. I
you
mean,
would?
a plague doctor, man, because that's what I am. You know what I mean? Plague doctors.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the closest shit.
absolutely. That works. Okay, the next question I have for you, and honestly, it'd be the last straightforward one, unless somebody throws one in the chat. At least for now, it's kind of a three-part question or whatever. And you may or may not have answered this a little bit before, so just kind of touch on it how you want. And you literally just mentioned a little about some of it, but who or what inspired slash came up with your stage name here? And then if you in fact have a logo that is identifiably yours, rather it's on a shirt, a hat, a car, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Uh, who came up with that and, created that? So stage name, and then do you have an actual logo that, it's on every album of yours or,
I
all of
do.
your.
I do have a logo, and I kind of came up with it myself. But the it is on all my albums. It's on any kind of merch that's coming out now. I don't think I even have. Yeah, even CDs, bro. Check this out. See, my old name was Hollow, and I've got like I print my own shit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So I have my own. I have shit. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't have shit. I have plenty of shit, bro. But as for the new logo, I made that. And then what else was it? You said the name.
and then,
The-
yeah, how did you come up with your stage name?
so the name itself, it was actually a line from one of my older songs, because it's kind of like a double play, right? So Guttapriest sounds like to gut a priest. You know what I mean? But it also means gutta priest, like a gutter priest, like someone who preaches
Right.
to the gutter. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a double play on that shit. And that's where I got the name from, because there was a song that I said where I legitimately like I got a priest, you know, I got a priest. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's a pretty dope name. It reminds me of like Kill a Priest. It reminds me of like all these other, you know. So I was like, you know what? That's probably a name that's not been taken yet, because in the rap world, bro, every fucking name is taken. Every name.
Yeah, I've heard that. I mean, I don't know. Mine was somehow I secured my shit in there, but I'm not a rapper either. If I tried to be a rapper, there's probably a rapper that tries to go by Wiggle something.
When
Maybe not. I might be the only weirdo.
When I was doing hollow, dude, like there was like 15 fucking hollows. That's how come I had to change my shit, because there was like 15 hollows. There was a band called Hollow Cove. So when you type in hollow, you were going to find everybody but me. Plus, there is apparently a famous YouTuber has millions of subscribers. So how am I going to compete with that?
Yeah, no.
So yeah, that's why I changed it. And honestly, now you can Google my shit and I pop up. I'm the only thing that pops up. So that's where I wanted to be.
No, that's awesome. Locking in that CEO, as you said, the algorithm knows you to be that name, and anybody that types it, it will bring them to you. I got a couple, not on this channel, but on my little fish channel, that are ranked videos that search terms. So if you type, like, for instance, vampire shrimp, my video will pop up first. And that's kind of a cool accomplishment to do.
Yeah, that's always good, man. It's always good to be the thing. You know, when you search for something, you're the thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. What I have next for you, man, are just low game questions, kind of loosey goosey, chill out vibe to get to the other side and wrap it up. Again, thank you very much for hanging out with me, man.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah. So we just either or something other. So you can suggest or input an answer if you don't like the two options that I pick, without completely breaking it apart. So without further ado, we'll start with the first either or, and that is Twix or Reese's.
Reese's. That's
okay.
Hard. That's hard because they're good, but I'll go Reese's, man. Got it.
Right, you got chocolate and caramel or chocolate and peanut butter. It's like
I like both, but I had to say Reese's, man.
Yeah. All right. Summer or winter?
Winter.
All right. Day or night?
Night.
Truck or car?
I got a wagon, bro. I got a fucking wagon. So I got a Dodge Magnum with a 5.7 liter Hemi in it. It's a fucking muscle wagon. So it's in the between, you know what I mean? But I guess it's
I love it. You wouldn't call it an SUV. It'd be, I don't know. It's not a minivan either. It's a wagon, bro. That's what I mean.
Wagon.
Yeah.
It's a station wagon. That's my wagon.
Okay. Hell yeah, dude. I had a 89 Datsun was my first vehicle, bro. That was my homie mobile. That was my shit, boy. Burnt orangish red, like it just screamed juggalo, baby. Like that was my shit. Fuck, I just got excited for a minute. That's what's up. All right. You're taking your sweetheart out on a date. Are you going for a movie night or are you going roller skating?
Shit. Damn, dude, because I'm not even that big on movies, so I guess I'll go roller skating.
I mean, you can hit me with an alternative. You just taking her out to eat?
Yeah. You know what? I'll go eating. Yeah, I'll go eating because I hate movies, bro. I don't know. There ain't much to watch, not anymore. I think I'll go watch Big Money Hustlers. How about that one?
There we go. Yeah, boy. Me and my lady go on I don't know, fake dates, if you will. We'd be going to pet stores. That's a date for us. Just going hiking or what the heck ever. Go to a state park and just be ourselves or whatever. Walk around. Pizza or pasta?
Pizza, man.
All right.
Easier
Usually
to eat.
people like struggle with that. They're like, "Ooh," because I mean, in myself, I like both, but
I'll
yeah,
send you a
pizza you get a
picture of the
little
pizza
fuller.
that I make, bro. I make pizza from scratch, dude. So it's real easy
Oh
for me.
man,
I also make pasta
good
from
shit.
scratch too. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
yeah. Okay. The next one's for your fans. Which are you most active on, Facebook or Instagram?
Definitely Facebook, bro, because I feel like Instagram, like I don't really have anything to post. You got to post pictures or videos. I mean, I'm writing the music, I'm editing, I'm doing all that, so it's hard for me to make a video too. So honestly,
Right.
like TikTok and them, I got them, but I'm always on Facebook. Well, I'm not even always on it, but I'm there. You know, that's where I'm posting my shit. You know.
Right. That was gonna be the next one too. TikTok or X, formal Twitter or
I
whatever.
haven't used X or Twitter or whatever. I haven't used that since I made it. I was actually going to share this on there, but I was like, ain't nobody going to see it. I don't got no followers or nothing on there. I literally made it so that I had the name so that
Right.
everything was lined up. That's it. I don't really, I think
No,
the
that
last
makes
thing
sense. I think even if you're not very active, you should be on every platform if you're an
yeah,
artist or somebody in
yeah,
the eye of people, you know.
for sure. That's why I did it. It's got to be there, you know, you got to have it.
Right. Plus, you claim that hashtag. You're the first one to use it, whatever, just in case somebody was like, Guttapriest, whatever. And then it's like, nah, that's me. Come on now.
Yeah.
Uh, but then again, your Google standpoint would also still
But
save you on that
if
one,
they
too.
use that handle though, you know, that would throw off the SEO because there's someone will click on it thinking it's me and they're going to someone
Right.
else. So I got to have everything.
Right.
I think I even
Right.
made
Right.
threads. I've never used threads in my life, but I had it just so the name was there, you know. Anything that I could get it on, I put it on, you know.
Right.
So
Right. And we talked about this earlier, but Pepsi or Coke products.
Fago.
Okay, and that's added. If it has to be a Fago, which is your favorite?
I mean, and if it wasn't a Fago, it'd be an RC.
Okay,
Realistically, you know. But then again, like it's just because like I like cherry Coke and cherry Pepsi, but I'd go with a cherry RC,
I
cherry
done
Seven
got a
Up.
priest. I did. What's this say? I did got a priest. That was one of the main reasons why when I've seen your profile, I instantly added you. Are you saying you typed it as got a priest and it popped up, or you mean like I don't? Yeah.
I think he meant like he digs it or something, or I don't know, maybe I
Oh,
didn't.
okay, okay, yeah. I ain't trying to be extra. Um, okay. Pie or cake?
Shit. I'll go with what constitutes a cake though? Is it like a cheesecake? Because that's more like a pie.
Right. I'm saying like
I like
freaking
birthday cake or
flour
apple
baked.
pie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with
Right.
pie then. I'll go with pie.
And because you yeah, I love dessert, bro. Like an ice cream cake, and I'm sold on that.
Well, see, is that a cake or is that ice
Is
cream?
that
You know?
it, right? I don't.
Yeah.
It
So
ain't
because
really.
if you're throwing ice cream cake in a cake, I'm going cake. But if you're not
Yeah.
adding that in, yeah, okay. So then
Right. Right.
yeah,
Right.
changes the
Fine.
game, bro.
I'm going neutral. I'm calling it apple crumb or crumble or some shit on my own shit, man. Or crisp. Crisp is some good shit. Uh, okay. You're forced to choose. You have to pick one or the other. Um, you either have to make a 3 mile walk in the rain, or you have to make a 5 mile walk in the desert, provided water and a couple shade spots so you don't dehydrate to death.
3 miles in the rain.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I did that like 2 years ago, bro. When we got flooded out. Yeah, I'll do it again.
I'm surprised you didn't like, I'm gonna do the desert. I live here.
Look,
uh,
I got the raincoat already, bro. I'm good.
yeah, you ready?
I'm ready for
uh,
it.
I've only had like 3 artists ever say the desert, and it's because they live in like Texas, Arizona, somewhere like that, and they're
Yeah, but
used
they
to the
might
heat.
like it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
He
I
said,
know.
I don't like
I don't
it.
like it. shit, bro. I don't like the heat. I just don't like it, man. It ain't for me.
So that goes all the way back to the beginning. You ain't never wanted to just leave then?
I have, but see, the problem is that like the roots have been dug so deep. So like the thing about this joint is that
Won't dig them bitches out!
well, here's the thing. It's like I said, when I moved down here, I moved down because my family moved down. I didn't have a choice. I was like probably like 6 or something, right? So I moved down here, and slowly most of my family on my dad's side, because my parents are split. My mom still lives up there in Hammond, right? So like most of my or my mom's family is up. A whole family's up there, right? And my dad's whole family is down here, except one uncle, and he lives up there, right? So it's like they started slowly moving down here, and then on top of that, so I got family here that I've basically been raised with my whole life, and then up there, I got family that I don't really know that well because I'd move back and forth, but it wasn't like I spent as much time up there that I did down here with them, you know? I spent time up there with myself, not with them, you know?
But homies are family too. Third cousins, get out of here. Man, you got to do what's best for you.
I know. But here's
cool.
the big zinger is that down here we're considered one of the poorest areas in the country, right? Majority of our jobs here are like minimum wage, and I'm talking federal minimum wage, you know. So the thing is you know, this is going to sound crazy because I'm not sure where you're from, but
I live in Indiana. I mean, I was born in Illinois, but I live in Indiana.
Okay, cool. So here's the deal: is down here houses were going for like $56,000 to $87,000.
Wow.
Yeah. That's cheap, bro. That's cheap compared to anywhere else in the country. And I'm talking, you could get a 3-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms, you know, for $87,000. That was good. After the pandemic, every one of those houses went up to $180,000, $200,000 houses, and nobody's making more money, bro.
Right. Ironically, we bought our house like right during kind of the pandemic, and we got our house on a steal of a deal. I mean, it's 100 years old, and it could use the same amount of money we're paying for it. It could use that in renovations. But the fact of the matter is, I don't have it, and I still got it for the price that we're buying it for. But our house is like a 4-bedroom, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 with also extra like little kitchen nook upstairs, 2 bathrooms, full bathrooms, you know, dining room, kitchen, yada yada.
You got a better interest rate too. You know, that's another thing. Now
right, in a garage for $79,500, bro. Like
that's what I'm talking about right there. And then the thing is that now everything, the cost of living here has gone up so much that it's so hard to go anywhere to do anything. You know, because I can't save up enough for a down payment in a house anywhere else because now the houses are all $200,000, $300,000, bro. You got 10%, that's $30,000. How the fuck am I going to come up with $30,000?
Yeah.
That's more than I make in a year. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, no, I'll feel it, bro. I used to say I made $35,000 a year. Now that I fucking went to Dollar Tree, it's probably way less than that, buddy. But hopefully after the gathering, I'll get back on my feet. They got a new factory came to town, starting out at like $21 an hour.
Bro, right there. You guys get factory work up there, man. We don't get that shit. And I understand.
You ain't got a factory?
No, bro. We don't got
They ain't got no Amazon down there. Come on, you got Amazon. They got Amazon in Mexico. You ain't got an Amazon warehouse in Texas?
That's not in Texas. Not I'm talking about here. Where I'm at.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The next time they're going to get one is going to be like in 2026 or something. They're going to build one. That's the first Amazon warehouse we ever had. There's 2 types of jobs. If you want to get a job here and actually succeed, there's 2 things. You could either work for SpaceX or you can work for like one of those fucking Southwest Key kind of shit where you're basically watching after the kids that are, you know, basically – you know, what is it? The migrant kids.
That's so crazy.
That's what we got. Either that or you work a minimum wage job. Like that's basically what we got here, bro.
Right. So they ain't got no security detail type jobs at least?
They do, but like here's the thing, bro, is that I have an apprenticeship in electrician. You know, that
Right.
doesn't get me shit. I knew journeyman electricians getting paid $14 an hour here, bro. Journeyman electricians, $14
That's
an hour.
crazy.
Just
No,
go
it
up to
should be way
go up to
triple
Corpus. You're
that
going to get at least
almost.
$30 an hour in some cases if you're working on the
Yeah.
rig. That's what I'm saying. Here, it's different, bro. Like it's a different world, man. You know, and it sucks balls.
Crazy.
I don't even think we have a cannery or nothing here, bro. We don't have shit. We have one packing place. I think it's like a chicken place that packs like poultry. It ain't even Tyson. It's some knockoff ass brand.
All
But
I'm saying, homie, even if the house is affordable, if you can't afford to pay for the affordable house, then it doesn't sound too affordable. I don't
yeah,
know.
exactly.
That's
No, I get it.
crazy.
Because
But I
yeah,
mean,
man.
people gotta live where they gotta live. I'm not beating you down on that.
Yeah,
That sucks. I feel for you. I mean,
that's
I'm
right.
going through the struggle too right now, but I feel it. Just call it empathy, I suppose.
Yeah.
Next one I have for you is Mexican food or Chinese.
Shit. Chinese. I got to go with Chinese, man, because I got plenty of Mexican food here. Plus, I can make both. So
All
I'll
right,
go
but
with
if
Chinese.
it has to be Mexican, is it gonna be tacos or burritos?
Shit. Well, I'm definitely gonna go with tacos, bro, because you can be steak tacos down here, man. Like there with the avocado and all that, man. Those things slap. Burritos are good,
Good.
but damn, that's tough. But yeah, tacos, bro. Because I like burritos
All
too.
right. Absolutely. Uh, all right. So the next one I have for you is just a random question or whatever. So like you're given $5,000 cash money, but you have to pick one store and you have to spend it all immediately. Where are you going and what are you getting? This can be a local like store to you, or it can be like a common chain store that you're gonna see all over.
But it's brick and mortar, right? It's got to be a brick and mortar store.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess you could give us a known online store if that's what the whole gist is. But yeah, typically I ask it as a brick and mortar. You know, walk in, I'm holding the money. You don't even have possession. I'm gonna pay for your final ticket. It's got to be, in that 5K range.
Then what I would do is I would most likely go to there's a restaurant depot that I just went to in McAllen not too long ago. They got all sorts of shit there. I would probably drop all my cash there so I could start my food truck that I want to start. And one day I want to go up to the gathering with my food truck and I want to sell some.
Ooh,
That's what I want to do. So that's probably
okay.
what I would do. I'd buy all the shit I need
Get
for the food truck.
get in there on a vendor pass. That'd be the shit,
Mm.
boy. They're so expensive though. I don't know if you've ever heard of a Stoner Bowl, and it's like
I've
some
heard of it. I heard they're damn good too.
macaroni and brisket and some other shit. I don't know in a bowl, boy. It's good as fuck, but it's like $14, $16 for a little ass cup. Crazy. So
That's what
point
I would
is,
do.
you'd be making some bank.
I'm not one. I'm not one to undercut on prices, bro. But the thing is that like, let's say I do pizzas and I do like smash burgers or something, bro. Like you really think about it, like it's not that expensive to do either of those, especially if I don't need to buy buns, bro, because I can make fucking buns. I can do
Right.
everything, so I can prepare all the shit I need for the week, and then fucking make it, push it out, push it out, push it out. I could do it on pennies on the dollar. I could make, some of the cheaper food that people can get there. So if someone doesn't have $16, and I'm not saying not to get a Stoner Bowl because I hear they're fucking fantastic, but if someone needs something to eat, just to eat, and they don't got much money, you know what I mean? They could buy by the slice. They don't have to buy the whole fucking pie,
Yeah, I don't know how you do on pizza, man. There's a guy there, legendary, that has it tapped, especially some pickle pizza. There's some big ass slices too. They're pretty good. I had a couple of them, but honestly, I was catching some McDonald's. I'm not gonna lie. Every morning, me and the homie would go to the gym, Planet Fitness, to take showers, and we would stop right there at the McDonald's on the way back to the lot or whatever, and I'd get me a cheeseburger, and that's pretty much what I would live on each day. Every now and again, like I don't know, I went with the set amount of money. This year, I'm telling you, bro, I'm be scrubbing. I'm going with like hardly nothing. I'm be begging, borrowing. I'm be that guy. Like, hey, you remember how you once loved Wiggles? I need a cheeseburger. I need cheese.
I could do fucking Texas barbecue. I could smoke meats, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a lot of shit. Like I said, I'm not limited to shit, bro. Like I can make like almost anything, bro. Like I really can. And I'll
no,
send you
that's
some
what's up.
pictures of the shit. I'll send you some pictures of the shit. You can see it, and then you tell me what you think. You know, but like even
Absolutely.
gyros, man, fucking Greek gyros. You know what I mean? I can make that shit. It's fucking good, and I make the pitas like fresh.
Yeah, I'm with it. All right. That's solid. Um, so my next questions are just fill in the blank questions, and I'll read it and then insert blank of your answer, and then yeah, we do a little outro. You can give a shout out to whoever that you may want to shout out. Again, everybody, please hit that like button. The links, if you're watching this on the replay and somehow you made it this far, the links are in the description. Go follow this man. Go give him some plays. Go run up his music. All right, the first fill in the blank goes as follows. My favorite vacation was blank.
Lake Michigan, probably.
Okay. Fair. You just went swimming and whatnot, or just hanging out,
Yeah,
enjoying the
tubing,
sights?
bro. We went tubing. We had like the little jet ski thing. My uncle rented one or some shit. They just like pulled us on some tubes and shit like that. And
Hell yeah.
we went to Lake Michigan. We also went to the Indiana Dunes. The Indiana Dunes are fresh. I like that shit.
I've never been, and I live in Indiana. That's so crazy.
It's pretty cool, man. And there was also a little camp spot, but I can't remember shit about it. Like I remember being there, but I don't remember where it was or anything. So I can't say that because I wouldn't be able to shout it out, you know?
Thank you so much, Utterly Too Fresh to Death. I have no freaking idea who you are, but thank you for hanging out all the time you did and all the questions you gave. I fucking love you. Wiggles loves you. Thank you so much. Said they're getting out of here, yada yada. All love. I appreciate it. Yeah, okay. The bicycle I had most as a kid was blank. Or I remember most.
Like the brand?
Yeah.
Shit. I want to say it's the one that everyone had, the Huffy, ain't it?
Yeah, like Huffy Rocket. Well, the first one my mom got me was like a Huffy Rocket that I recall. And then I mainly had like a Mongoose or a Next, and I tried to have the mags and the pegs on it.
I never had that.
Dinos, dude, that was rich. That was rich blood. I wasn't having no Dino or Haro. I wanted one, but
I never had that. But I remember the Dinos because they used to always where we were from, man. They'd always have kids stealing your shit. Even a fucking cheap ass bike, they were stealing that shit. I remember there's this one kid that had a whole basement full of bikes. He was painting them, reselling them. It was some crazy shit up north, bro. Like, it was some crazy shit up there. You couldn't leave your shit.
Dude, we used to do it. Like, if I was walking across town and I just didn't want to walk no more, and you were stupid enough to leave your bike by the sidewalk, you were done.
My homie,
like,
Mike,
he's so stupid.
He did the same shit. He took someone's bike, right? He was riding that bike. He was skipping school, smoking a joint, riding a stolen bike. He got hit by a fucking recycling truck, bro. When I first met him, he had already gone through the whole fucking, surgeries, all that shit. But he told me, he's like, bro, I still hear the chains of the fucking bike, that truck fucking that ran my ass over. It was some crazy shit, bro. Like he was a badass juggler, though. I remember the little dance he used to do whenever he would listen. Mama don't like that wicked clown. He did his dance where he's doing this shit, bro. It was fresh, bro. Always wear this trench coat with his fucking Hell's Pit shirt. It was pretty dope.
Sounds like a dope homie.
Yeah, it was cool.
Fuck with it. Nah, I used to be that dude, and I'll admit it was stupid and wrong. But I thought, like, listen, at that point I thought I was being karma, I guess. Like, if you're gonna leave your bike unattended by the sidewalk, you're just asking to get got. And the thing of it is, sometimes they'd get it back, and I know it because the cops would pick it up in somebody else's yard, and they might have had it registered. I wouldn't even like take it home and steal it. I just needed to get to where I was going, and
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
just
want to
dropped
walk
it
no
where you
more.
were. Yeah.
Sometimes it made it in the local pond if I was passing the pond because I didn't want to deal with it. And they would drain that pond every like 3 or 5 years and find all kinds of bikes. It wasn't just me doing it, but like crazy shit.
You
So
know what
that's
they
why I
started doing?
actually asked that question.
Under the handlebars, they'd slide the handlebar off and they'd put pictures or names underneath the handlebars. So if you ever took that shit to like a pawn shop or something, they could prove, hey, move the handlebar. My
It's so,
picture's right there.
yeah,
Yeah, they would do that shit when I remember that. But yeah.
crazy. All right, man. The last question I got for you is the best part about the beach is blank.
The beach.
Yep, and that's freshwater or saltwater.
Look, I'll be real. Like I did like the beach, the freshwater beach up in Indiana, but I fucking hate the beach here, bro. I hate it
Yeah.
because if you get any, have you ever had salt water like that in your fucking mouth, bro?
Nope.
You throw
I,
up.
I ain't been in the ocean.
You throw up like instantly. That shit's nasty, bro. And it's nasty as fucking. You know what? They did a test down here at our beach, and I'm gonna say this to any of the juggalos that are listening that are planning on coming out to South Padre Island. Well, guess what? They did a test like fucking 10 years back, bro, and there was like, I don't even know how it's possible, but it was like 70% piss and shit in that water, bro.
Because fish and animals are fishing and shitting, and so are
And the
humans.
fucking fish and animals, bro. That's the people, bro. They're doing that shit. I seen someone pop
Oh,
a sperm.
dumping pollutant and water,
No, they're
yeah.
shitting. No, they're shitting. They're not polluting, bro. They're shitting.
They're right.
And shitting in that water, brother. It's fucking
That's
crazy.
gross.
Yeah. And then you realize you fucking taste that shit. Oh man,
I'm getting stuck on the coral reef, little.
Coral reef's
Yeah.
alive in this.
That's so crazy. Yeah, when I ask that question, I expect most men, especially if they're single, to be like women in bikinis. Which, you know, the sights are the sights. Me and my old lady both appreciate the sights, if you get my drift. And that's all fine and well. But for me, when I go to a beach or something like that, it's just taking it all in. It's the nature. It's being humbled and realizing that there's something bigger than you that you can't beat. You'll never beat Mother Nature, no matter how big you think you are, how tough or strong you think you are. You can still drown in a teaspoon of water like the next guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's real humbling, and maybe it's the inner hippie in me. I can get grounded with nature, even not by water, out in the woods or even outside. Take your socks off and go touch some grass. You know what I'm saying?
I live 30 minutes away from South Padre, bro. The last time I went out there was like fucking like I don't know, like 3 years ago or 2 years ago or something. I don't go to the beach up north. I went to, like I said, Indiana Dunes. I went to Lake Michigan. Honestly, I prefer the woods than the beach. I don't really like the sand. You know what I mean? It's just I'm not really a big fan of. I mean, I'll go if I gotta go. I'm going because ICP, because they're going out there. But yeah, just don't get in the water. I'll tell you, don't get in the water, man. That shit's you're gonna come out with a third arm and shit. Yeah, shit's all fucked up.
Maybe not everywhere in the ocean, but yeah.
No, not there, just there. No, the rest of the ocean's fresh, bro. But this one. Yeah, shit, bro. And then they trash the beach too. I don't like that shit. Don't trash it. At least I don't like it, but don't trash it, bro. Like,
no, I go around picking up trash. As lame as that may sound, I'll collect cans and pick up trash off the road, and then just find a trash can or a dumpster and dump it and keep going on about my way. But that's my own personal objective or whatever. I feel like I owe it to Mother Nature. I still got some karma to pay back myself.
I just don't like them leaving like glass and shit because you got a dog.
Yeah, people get cut, kids or animals. Yeah.
Like, nah, fuck that, bro. Just pick it up. They got trash cans everywhere, you know, or put in a trash can or something, you know. Fuck.
It takes a minute to walk and
yeah, exactly. Like
crazy. This is usually where I allow you to give any last minute shout outs. If there's anything that you want to say or ask, you can do that as well. Again, for the last time, we will have absolutely all of his links that he wants you to have in the description of this video. You can go click on him, start following him on his socials, start giving his music some plays and whatnot. So do go check that out. If you watch this on the replay and you make it this far, you matter more than you know. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Come hang out in the next one with us. And yeah, I mean, it's you have anything you want to say or whatever?
Yeah. So, all right. So yeah, if you Google Guttapriest, all one word, you can find all the links that I want to share with you and the ones I don't. Ooh. But anyway, so for real, I want to shout out for one. I want to shout you out, man. I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate you taking the time, 2 hours of your fucking day, you know, to talk to a scrub. Now, I ain't nobody. I ain't shit, and I admit it. At least I do that, right? But I do have people that you know, mean a lot to me, that help me out, you know, that have impacted my life. So I'm going to shout out to my old crew back in the day, DJ Ghetto, shout out All Zen Ninja, Big P, Ashtray. I know you're listening somewhere. You got to be, bro. You know, of course, Lycanberry for doing the art, you know, shit like that for me. I want to shout out to Philo. I always shout out to Philo in every single interview. This guy, sharp ass MC, taught me about the hip hop culture, taught me about a lot of shit when I first started rapping, you know, schooled me. So I always shout him out. Real good guy. I want to shout out to, let me see, Yoshi Goreboy. I want to shout out to Noise Complaint in general. I want to shout out to anybody who's still rocking with Plague Doctor Entertainment, right? I want to shout out to Grim Ross, of course. Let's see, Sick Mortem. Shout out to all the juggalos and juggalettes out there. You know, shout out to anybody who digs my shit. Shout out to anybody who doesn't. Like I said again, you can find me anywhere Guttapriest is available. You can look literally Amazon Music, Spotify. You could look on Apple Music, YouTube Music. Don't fucking matter. Wherever you look, you'll find me, whether you like it or not.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks again. I appreciate it. And I end my streams the same way every time. I've done like 130 some odd. I don't know how many of these. It's starting to become a number. I'm quite shocked. I still can't let that sink in. But at any rate, I've ended them all the same way, and that ain't going to change. So I'd like to end my stream by saying, tell somebody that you love them. You don't know who needs to hear that. And you can't tell what somebody's going through just by looking at them. I was 19 and homeless, sitting on a park bench, and didn't one person think I was homeless. They probably just thought I was some dirty kid, you know, running around, having a day. Didn't nobody stop and say, "Hey, I can't give you any money, but I'll listen to you. Do you have something going on? You know, whatever." Nobody does that, and people say they do, but they don't. And I get it. It might be awkward for you to say you love somebody that you don't know, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And for whatever reason, if you can't, tell them Wiggles loves them. And if they need somebody to talk to, direct them to my channel because I'll be glad to talk to them. You know, just don't be a conspicuous prick. It's okay to have your guard up and, you know, be yourself or whatever, but it don't hurt to tell somebody you love them. So that's all I got for you. Guttapriest, thank you so much, homie, for giving me 2 hours of your time, man. And I hope you have a good one. I hope maybe you get a little traffic and don't doubt yourself. I've listened to some of your songs and now I'm gonna be following. So we'll see. Maybe you got something in there that's gonna go viral or go big. So
yeah, and if it doesn't, you know what? I mean, it's for the few, man. It's for the you know, juggalos, for the juggalettes, it's for the horrorcore fans, it's for the misfits. You know, it ain't for everybody, and I'm okay. Like I always say, if I was trying to get rich, why would I pick horrorcore?
Yeah, no kidding, man. Whoop whoop, and have a good night, homie. Send me, if I don't already have it, send me the links that I need to be able to have all of your stuff, man.
Yeah, all right, got you, man. All right,
yep, have a good night.
All right, you too, brother.